What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Zagmala Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah, and we are live, baby. And tonight we will be watching the NCAA women's first four game between the Arizona Wildcats and the Auburn Tigers. Y'all, I'm picking Auburn to win this game. I think their defense is going to really suffocate Arizona. And I think Honesty Scott Grayson, and Jemima Meagong Young will be able to hit enough shots to score enough points for Auburn to win this game. But yeah, y'all, it was a great game we saw last night between Vanderbilt and Columbia, and I think we're gonna see more of the same tonight. I think it's gonna be kind of similar to how last night game, like how last night's game went. Defensive minded game, and I think will be a defensive minded game as well. So yeah, y'all, looks like they're doing some pregame right now. So we'll go ahead and get it going. How's everyone doing on tonight? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in to the Zagmala Sports Podcast on tonight. Yeah, y'all, let's get this thing going. Let's get it going. Like I said, right now they're doing some pregame talk, but we can go ahead and get ready to watch them.
First ever NCAA tournament win and a date with undefeated South Carolina in the round of 64. What a special moment for that team. All the adversity and injuries they have gotten through this year. Meanwhile, in the other matchup, Vanderbilt, they got out to a double-digit lead in the second quarter, and then they held on in a close ending to beat Columbia behind 16 points, 15 rebounds from Sasha Washington, the Commodores' first NCAA tournament win in more than a decade, and sets up a meeting for them with 5-seed Baylor in Blacksburg. So that's what happened last night as you take a look at those results, and this is what is coming your way tonight. We've got the first one, an 11-seed matchup between Arizona and Auburn, and then UT Martin and Holy Cross. Winner of that game gets Iowa. But let's start with the first one, in Arizona and Auburn. What are your expectations, Nikki, tonight?
Well, we've got two very good defensive-minded coaches, and guess what? That's how their teams play. So when you look at this team, you're going to talk about turnovers. We want to make sure that you're taking care of the basketball. Every single time you're down in the stands, just know that they're looking to pick your pocket. So defensive intensity is going to be key.
So we will keep an eye on that as they keep an eye on what could be ahead for these teams, and that is a date with Syracuse. They are the sixth team in Regional 3 in Portland, and they've got a dynamic shooter in Deasia Fair, so these two defensive teams going to have their hands full tomorrow.
Well, they are. I mean, Deasia Fair is a young lady who can score the basketball, 22 points a contest, but again, Arizona, Auburn, two great defensive teams.
So that was the lower portion of the bracket. It's on your right bottom side of your screen or of your bracket if you're keeping up at home. And then you see the top of that bracket where we find number 1 seed USC. That is where we find a very special freshman in Juju Watkins. How about the season we've seen from her? First of all, what is it that makes Juju so special?
Yeah, I think you have to talk about her mentality. She's definitely dialed into what she needs to do every night for her team to be successful, and that is scoring the basketball. This young lady can score multiple ways, but she also finds her teammates. She's scoring 22 points a contest, 7 rebounds. She's also distributing the basketball. She's one of those players that come around only like every now and then. Like, I've not seen a player so determined to get her team to where they are today.
Yeah, generational
player.
She's
done it by having the poise. And you think that, oh, I'm just a freshman. No, she's playing like she's been here before.
It makes me so excited about the future of the game while we're living in this present right now where it is so good. And the March Madness is just beginning. So I know we're really high on USC, and especially because of Juju, but when you look at Regional 3 in Portland, who's someone that could potentially challenge them?
Well, you got to look at and talk about the UConn Huskies. I think the fact that Paige Beckers is playing some great basketball right now, and UConn is clicking on all cylinders. Aaliyah Edwards has been.
Yeah, I just worry about UConn's depth, though.
She shoots 59.
That's why I got them losing to Ohio State in the Sweet 16.
Points, but Paige Beckers is the playmaker for this Connecticut Huskies
If
team.
UConn
She's
really wants to
averaging
make a
21
deep run, though,
points per
AK
game
on
right
their
now,
freshman
and she
point guard,
definitely can knock it
he
down
has
from
to
the
play
32
extremely
from the
well.
point line.
Can't wait to see that game Saturday, 1 o'clock on ABC as they get ready for Jackson State. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and get you ready for the next game coming your way right now. Arizona, Auburn on the other side of this break. Enjoy the game. We'll see you at the half.
Yeah, y'all, like I said, I mean,
He hits his mark center stage and is crushed.
UConn, I don't see it for them this year. But they still had an incredible season when you consider all the injuries that they had to deal with this year. But yeah, I think Ohio State's gonna get them in that Sweet 16 matchup. But it's still Geno. You can never count his teams out. Would not be surprised they end up making a surprising run to the Final Four. Have y'all filled out y'all brackets? I think you have until tomorrow at 11:15, if I'm not mistaken. Last year I got to a pretty high start in my bracket. Then it kind of came tumbling down. But at the end of the day, it's all for fun. So I know some people take their bracket really seriously. I don't. Hey, you never know what's gonna happen in these games. You really don't. Last year, Ole Miss surprised us. Miami surprised us. Y'all remember Miami went all the way to the Elite Eight? Like, they came out of nowhere. So we could see that again. We really could. And I think, to me, y'all, the team that has the best opportunity to potentially get to Elite Eight that no one's expecting is going to be Gonzaga. I really do. Because I think Gonzaga, they will probably end up facing Texas in the Sweet 16 if, they end up making it that far. I think they can beat Texas, y'all. Now, I have Texas winning that game, but Gonzaga could absolutely beat Texas. So, to me, y'all see Coach Johnny Harris coming through. But for me, y'all, that's the team right there that could really surprise a lot of people. Gonzaga. They can make it to the Elite Eight. Miami did it last year, and I think this Gonzaga team is definitely better than the Miami team. Better defensively and better offensively. They got more scoring power than that Miami team did a year ago. So it's not impossible. Definitely not impossible. All right, y'all, like this game is getting ready to get started up. Arizona Wildcats versus the Auburn Tigers. First for women's game. It's going to be an old school game. It's going to feel like the 90s, early 2000s all over again. Because that's just the way both of these teams play. Just being honest. It's the way they play. Winner of this game, y'all, will face Syracuse. Like I said, to begin this live, I have Auburn winning this game. Let's see if I can go 2-0. I picked Vandy to win last night. They did. Picking Auburn to win tonight. Let's see if they can get it done.
Join us, Pam Ward, along with University of Maryland
There
great
go Christian's
Christy
winner
Winter
Scott right
Scott,
there.
and there's just so much anticipation. Always,
Now
it's
watch
always like
them,
Christmas
you know,
Eve
we
for
see
the
our commentate a
NCAA
lot
tournament
of
is
watching the
starting.
misses game.
Absolutely. I am thrilled. First of all, that so many names are commonplace across the country.
Pam Ward, you know, Pam Ward, man, she been in the commentating game for years now. You kind of done well considering they have 500 players here. They're done extremely
Arizona
well.
is a team that was only 2 games
I
over
think Ohio
500
State's gonna be a
during
little
the
bit too
regular
much for
season,
them.
and
But
here
that's
they
my
are now.
opinion.
They had a big win against Stanford. And what a season it's been for
Oh, okay. Hey,
Well, she has had a lot to do with. Look at
y'all,
what
Dave
they lost
Barnes,
earlier this season.
a jacket,
35
yeah.
points
Hey,
to
that's I
lead.
like
That's
that. Yeah,
major.
I like
They
that. I
also
like that.
lost
I
2
got clap for that. I
starters
like
and
that.
3 total players. They have a 7-player rotation. They have 8 available players, but they have to stay disciplined. They understand the assignment.
Y'all, that's
They've
okay.
been
Okay,
working
Dave
with
Barnes,
that
yeah.
for the last 2 months.
That's sharp.
Players
That's sharp
understand
right
as well.
there. That's how you
And
come.
for
That's
the
how you
Auburn
come.
Tigers and at-large
That's how you
out
come
of
to the
the
NCAA
SEC,
tournament.
they
I know
rely
this is
heavily
technically, you know,
on honesty.
not a
Scott
tournament
Grayson,
game, quote
who was a
unquote,
terrific
but still,
scorer.
Well, she is
how
a
you show up.
tremendous scorer, all 3 levels. You run her off the 3-point line, she will make you pay
You gotta put on
in
your
the
Sunday's
mid-range
best.
and
I
also
like that.
at the rack. She can knock in those threes. 125 career, 10th best in school history.
Yeah, one of the best ever to wear a Tigers uniform as we take a look at tonight's starting lineups. Brought to you
Yeah,
by
I mean,
Capital
if
One.
opinion, I
And
think I
at the
said
top,
this
you
at
see
the end of
5
last
of the
year,
8
but
players available.
my
for
opinion, y'all, I
Arizona.
think
Jada Williams
Auburn's
with
gonna be able to score
an
enough points
effervescent
between Jamal
personality
Amigo
and
Young
a point
and
guard
honestly Scott
starting
Grayson.
as a freshman. Puello and as Mary Martinez bring the veteran leadership. And for
I think this is
Auburn,
gonna
we
be
already talked about
a
honesty.
very
Scott
low scoring
Grayson,
game. Probably like
Mingo Young, Shaw, Collins,
57,
Savannah
53,
Scott, a true
something like
freshman.
that. But I
Rounding
think
things
Mingo
out, how about
Young
Arizona
and
starting
honestly
3
Scott
true
Grayson probably will
freshmen?
have like
They're not freshmen at
30,
this juncture
35
of
of
the
those
season.
50
They have
something
gained
points.
so
So
much invaluable experience
not
because
more.
of their minutes played.
Arizona wearing the dark uniforms, and there's number 2, Jada Williams, a true freshman out of Kansas City,
Everyone's a start
Missouri.
tonight. Yes, she
On the
is. That's what
Pac-12
she got on.
all-freshman team, and we had a chance to speak with her yesterday, and right away, she's not afraid, to say the least, to be in this position.
No, she's the coach on the floor, and she's exactly like Adia. She understands that she needs to be the energy giver, and that's why she chose to come to Arizona.
And Arizona gets on the board first.
No fear.
All right, y'all see
Williams
Arizona
just
coming
got
in that
right to the
full court
cup.
press,
The
huh?
seas parted. She got right into that painted area and finished nicely.
And now here
Yeah,
comes
Jamal
Auburn.
Mingo
These are
Young.
teams that play similar styles. Mingo Young had to go
You
over
got that
foot.
steal, but yeah, they're coming out in that
Also
full
Auburn on
court
that previous
press.
possession in man-to-man. They're going to mix things up, but they want to strap.
Oh,
they want
Lord,
to get
okay.
right to business and stay locked in 5v5.
Yeah, both of these teams like to force turnovers. Arizona, among the best in the country in steals. Entry pass, and it goes in for Brea
Arizona got a quick
Cunningham, one of the 3
4-point.
true freshmen who start.
Brea Cunningham did her work early right there. They love to run that action where they individually have her in the paint. She's individually covered and got the body on the seal and kept that contact and finished.
And a block
Foul got
underneath
blocked.
by Martinez.
But it's the connectivity for me. You gotta throw the great pass. We're talking about the shot all the time. It's the pass that sets up the play nicely for Cunningham to finish in the paint, right in that restricted area.
So Elena Puello with the nifty assist. Meanwhile, the block by Martinez gives Auburn 12 seconds to shoot. Auburn 8-8 in the very tough SEC this year, winning 20 games. Scott Grayson, we talked about her in the open, but she threw it away.
The turnover.
Now that was a tough one. Didn't match angles on that pass.
Auburn, their first 2 possessions. They had 2 turnovers.
But honestly, Scott Grayson, I must have bumped into you 3 or 4 times yesterday because she is so crafty with her decision-making when she is a scorer for the team. 17 a game for her.
Absolutely, a lot of fun. Played her freshman year at Baylor, and here's
Auburn,
a
that was
turnover.
good post defense.
Mingo Young bringing it up.
Jamal Mingo Young pull up. Short.
Left it short. Williams comes up with the rebound.
Mingo Young, I like that decision. Knew she couldn't get all the way to the rack, but decided to pull up mid-range. She just needed to get her feet underneath. She had all 10 toes in the paint, and that's what you want.
Chancy pass. Arizona able to control. Puello's a good 3-point shooter. That one rims out. Rebound taken down by Scott Grayson. As you can tell, both teams like to push pace once they get rebounds. There she is.
Yeah, same pull-up. And what was different in that, Pam? She got her squat. She sat down, got underneath that shot, and lifted it nicely in transition.
5'9" guard from New Jersey. Williams with the miss.
Both teams want to get it and go, but it's going to be the process of how they get it. Are they going to get it with steals or board work, or both? And who does it the most? That's who's going to end up on top.
Another turnover by the
turnover by getting her hands into the passing lane.
It's already a 3.
Underneath,
there's the height advantage. Williams with the good pass inside.
Arizona took advantage of it.
And once again, you see Cunningham.
Auburn is just totally out of sync right now.
On the catch. And another great entry pass. They have great synergy in that way. They know where to get the ball. High percentage shooter. Cunningham shooting 51% on the season.
And playing together many, many minutes, especially over the last 14 games. There's a foul out on the perimeter on Cunningham.
Steal and score ability. Right here you see the deflection and then the steal, and now the pass downstairs, inside, off the window. Basics and fundamentals win at this point of the season. And whoever can do that best gets the job done. But look at the steals by Arizona.
6 in the entire country, and they are coming up on the most steals ever in a season. Led the Pac-12 in that category. Scott Grayson left it short, but was able to chase down the rebound momentarily, then lost it out of bounds. Boy, the Pac-12, heartbreaking that this is the last season, but boy, Adia Barnes, who played at Arizona, the Pac-12 going out in a blaze of glory this year.
Absolutely, and Adia Barnes, she shared with us that Tara Vanderveer, the head coach for decades at Stanford, sent a text message to all of the coaches after the Pac-12 title and the championship. And it was really fun to hear her speak of Tara Vanderveer in that way. She said, you know what, we compete hard against each other throughout the season, but she just gave us all our respect and said, hey, it's been really great to compete against you all the best to you moving forward. And not everyone does that.
No.
And she said not all conferences have that kind of synergy and that kind of respect for one another, regardless of how games go.
Yeah, they certainly are cheering for each other. That last foul was on Sydney Shaw, and it sends Jada Williams to the line. Such a cool customer, their best free throw shooter at 85% on the season.
About 6.
Which is 5th in the entire conference.
And that's big time, especially, you know, when she has the basketball in her hands in crucial minutes of games. You know, she's going to get you a bucket there. And I love how they hard hedge right here. This is what I was talking about, the defense for both teams.
Oh, and that's a big foul too, Christy. That's Brea Cunningham, who has had a tendency to get into foul trouble, and as we've already emphasized, they don't have a lot of depth, and Cunningham is so important to stay on the floor.
Absolutely. I mean, we saw what she could do. She has great hands down inside offensively, but when they hard hedge like that, Auburn knows to attack the hip there.
Scott Grayson attacked the basket, had an open option in Shaw out on the baseline, but decided to shoot it herself. So a sub is in for Arizona.
And only 7 deep for Arizona. Losing 2 starters, 35.
Auburn's already making me nervous, and not able to handle the defensive pressure by Arizona right now.
Transfer from West Virginia, and there's an
that's a
emphatic
great
block
block
by Milton.
That's a nice block.
My goodness. Sent that back. Watch right here. You think you're free and easy, and you are not. What a big-time block.
Milton is a true freshman herself, youngest player on the team. She just turned 18 on Valentine's Day.
She started some games this year. Great instincts, especially defensively, as you just saw.
Cuello off the rim, another whistle. Joe Basili, Katie Lukanich, and Benny Luna are our officials today. Johnny Harris in her 3rd year in charge at Auburn, and women's basketball fans, they know her. She was an assistant under both Gary Blair and Vic Schaefer, an Arkansas native, was on the Mississippi State staff that went and almost won a national championship.
Almost won a title, but while she has been in the trenches, she has been an advocate for so many, whether she was training them early on, like middle school kids, trying to get them to AAU programs and high school programs. We need more of that, those grassroots coaches to get opportunities like this.
And she was able to translate that into a career. Arizona now with the basketball. Auburn just 2 points. There's a giveaway. Shaw comes away
I
with
told y'all it's going to be a defensive battle.
Let's see if they can get something in the quarter court.
Off glass, a little bit too
That's
strong,
about
but
Shaw
she
can't get
stayed
his dog
with
back
it.
in there.
That's what they're going to need. They're going to need to stay with plays. Sydney Shaw, just a sophomore. And she's kind of one of those icy kind of players. And when I say that, she's very stoic. You never know if it's going good or not so well. She is one of those players that they need to step up and score.
Williams left open
Wide
for
open.
3. Shaw comes away with it.
And Shaw is the best pure shooter on the team for Auburn.
Nice. It was a good thought, but I think Martinez had the same thought and was able to knock it away. Arizona up 8-4 here in Stores.
Yeah, Auburn, like I said, they having major problems trying to figure out this Arizona defense. They really need Jemima Young to get going. I hadn't even heard her name so far, which is not good considering, you know, we're getting close to the end of the first quarter, so she needs to be aggressive, look for her shot. It cannot just be Honesty Scott Grayson. It's going to have to be both of them. I need to see the Auburn team that gave us during the regular season. You know that game, when I really go back and look at that game, they really got lucky winning that game. LSU missed a ton of shots. Now Auburn did play good defense, but LSU just missed a ton of shots. Like I was going back probably 2 or 3 days ago looking at highlights of that game. I was like, wow, LSU missed a ton of open shots. And I remember even like Flage, a couple weeks ago after they had beat Auburn in the SEC tournament, and they had asked her about that game, and she was just like, yeah, we just kind of gave them that game. Now, I'm not saying Auburn didn't play well because they did, but they also got lucky that LSU just had an off shooting night, because we saw what happened a couple weeks ago. Arizona. LSU just blew them out. I mean, it was what, like 87-47. Why? Because they were making shots. I mean, it was that simple. Flage, she tore them up in that first quarter. She had like 18 points in the first quarter. Flage, she's really been on one, y'all. Even throughout the entire SEC tournament, she was just on another level. All right, y'all, but this back.
So Grambling State win the other night on the men's side, and then Jackson State, they can come and make history, and that's why we love March Madness, because you have to expect the unexpected. You never know what could happen, but those numbers don't lie, how dominating UConn has been here.
They have not won since 2016, not since Stewie left, and Johnny Harris certainly has been part of some great teams, was an assistant on the 2011 Texas A&M team with Coach Blair that won the national championship, and there's a travel call. That is the 5th turnover now for Auburn, and we talked to both coaches yesterday, and they both emphasized how they can't keep turning the ball over.
They can't keep turning the ball over. Both coaches also talked about containment of the painted area, and right now it's a 6-2 advantage for Arizona.
All picked up. Courtney Blakely, number 1, is in. That's player number 7 now for this Arizona team. Little Tennessee transfer. Puello, another good look. Arizona has yet to hit a three, but they chase down the rebound.
Puello shoots 36% from range, so 2 clean looks just didn't fall.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Defensive activity in action, and then they can get easy runouts and finishes in transition.
First nigga, as long as she doesn't get involved, some of this one
Yes.
go with Auburn, yeah.
Still trying to get things going. The 5th-year player from the Dominican Republic via West Virginia University, leading this team in.
Yeah, hold on.
Look at these passing lanes. See how Arizona is just trying to get some ball screens, but Auburn is doing a fantastic job of staying locked over top.
Puello has really faced some pressure. Williams with the shot clock down to 5, passes it up, and finally Arizona breaks its little slump. Skylar Jones with her first points.
Well, Skylar Jones, that wasn't easy.
Arizona's going back to that full court press again.
Good in terms of taking that weak side cut right into the paint.
Wow, and the speed there going downhill all the way. Bostic with the assist. Scott Grayson comes up with the rebound. Milton got the last points for Auburn, who can draw even. Milton. That's an offensive foul drawn by Jada Williams.
Jada Williams, great job by her to be settled in her defensive stance. But look at the push and pace of play. Milton right there needs that left hand, but the right one will do for now. And then Jada Williams sitting down and taking it to the collarbone and getting that charge called.
Williams, such a heady player. She was a McDonald's All-American last year. Played in Kansas City, Missouri, her hometown. And another whistle out on the perimeter.
I just love speaking to Jada Williams yesterday after their practice, and she was talking about how she's just going to come in and bring energy. If that's what my team needs, that's what we're going to do. And she's in the huddle and practices saying, we need to pick it up. And she just has this fire about her. As only a freshman. I mean, can you imagine a freshman coming in telling some 5th-year players, hey, we got to pick this up? But they listen to her because she has integrity behind what she's saying.
Said she picked Arizona because she liked the passion and the feistiness of Coach Barnes. And it's almost like her, like a Diaz mini-me.
Yeah, it's a 2.0.
Yep. Just really an exciting player, Jada Williams.
High ball screen action right here. Let's see, they switched it defensively.
And Williams decided to go in and challenge Milton. Milton won that battle. Martinez got her hands in the way. Martinez, known for stealing, earning the nickname Cookie Monster.
Which I love. 3 steals a game for her. at Elena Puello getting into the passing lane right here with great anticipation. Just a little flick of the wrist with that left hand. Now she can push pace the other way. But 3 steals a game is insane. That is not easy to do. They had a teddy bear toss, and someone threw a cookie monster stuffed animal out there. It just kind of ended up in her hands, and now her teammates have nicknamed her the Cookie Monster.
Well, cookie is also a word for when you steal basketballs.
That's right. You say, yeah, that's right. You say cookies. I took those cookies and go the other way with it. But look, 103 steals, most in school history this season alone. 305 steals for her career. That is a lot of pride on the defensive end.
5th year out of Spain, one of the captains on this team.
She also picked up an NIL deal with Crumble Cookies because of her nickname that was earned this season.
Yes, and a reminder, we have a couple not far from stores. And
I'm going.
Send them in. Hey, the shot clock's off now in the last 20 seconds or so. The first quarter, low scoring, but to be expected with these teams. And now Arizona's going to slow it down.
Lots of defense. We've seen so many different schemes in terms of coverages on ball screens.
Yeah, I said his name probably going to be in the 50s.
Puello gets it over in the corner, gosh. And that's a travel. Jones shuffled her feet. So Auburn has a chance. With just under 5 seconds to go.
There's still plenty of time.
To attack the closeout that way.
Look at Arizona, baby.
Pivot foot before the ball.
Once again, they're coming down that full court
pressure from the Wildcats.
I see Scott Grayson coming inbound the ball. 2,
Time
1.
Heave to end the first quarter. Arizona leads it 11-8.
Yeah.
Here in this first 4 game.
Yeah, that's probably his game going to be. Just then, that's it. Defensive battle, low scoring. You know, so far I've been surprised by Jemiah Migos Young lack of aggressiveness on the offensive end. I'm not sure what she's doing right now, why she's being so passive, but Auburn needs her to just start looking for her shot. You're talking about an Auburn team, y'all, that doesn't have a ton of scoring outside of her and honestly Scott Grayson. So this is a win or go home. This is a time for you to really, show what you're made of, and just really surprised she's not being aggressive right now. For Arizona, they really should be up by more than just 3 because they forced a ton of turnovers. So kind of disappointed in them. But you look at the numbers, y'all, Arizona shooting 4-12, Auburn shooting 4-13. So, we all expect, we've watched both of these teams, this season, and we know what they are. So, if you're expecting, Auburn or Arizona to score 70, 80 points in the game, now they get down. They're going to shoot like 49, 50% from the floor, 40, 41% from 3. That's not their game. But that's fine because you have to play to your strength. And their strength, both of these teams, their strength is defense. It's not offense. It's not scoring. They don't have shot creators really on either team. I'll say Auburn has the one. I think sometimes Jemiah Migo Young, she could be a shot creator, but she's kind of hot or cold. So, it's just crazy, y'all. Jemiah Migo Young, I remember she was in Alabama, and she was a different player there. Totally different player in terms of scoring. And defense too. I don't know. She was just different when she was with Bama. I tell you what, if she was still at Bama with Leah Nye and Sarah Ashley Barker, Alabama, man, they really could make some noise with those three.
Rory Harmon got a #1 seed, but I think they can get straight to the Final Four. And most intriguing matchup is
Ole
Miss
Miss
and Notre Dame.
Yep.
I would love to see those two
interesting
teams go for it, tactically sound on both sides.
Christy Winter-Scott, she said that
and this is what I want to see in the Final
Texas
Four.
has the easiest path to the Final Four, or the easiest bracket. I don't know, because they are potentially going to have to go through NC State, maybe Stanford, maybe Tennessee, Gonzaga, or Utah.
Played each other in the Final Four last year.
That's pretty tough. Now, I do have Texas getting to the Final Four. But like I told y'all, I would not be surprised if Gonzaga beats them. But I have Gonzaga going to the Sweet 16 and playing Texas. I would not be shocked if Gonzaga pulls that upset out. I think Texas has a difficult path.
But also South Carolina now has some space on the floor with some three-point strikers.
I mean, South Carolina has the easiest.
And now they're shooting 40%.
Iowa has the hardest.
Pardon me, what they historically have not had is
I think Texas has the second hardest behind Iowa.
Not just your first points, Chris, your first shot at the game.
Hey, you gotta take shots to make shots. If you go 0 for 15, that's one thing, but you can't be 0 for 0. You have to be a threat.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And here's that double drag action. And the attacking by Auburn on that blitzing that Arizona is doing.
I'm surprised the game is just close with no turnovers Auburn has had. I am too. The reason this game is close right now because Arizona's not able to capitalize on those turnovers.
Scott and boy, Adia Barnes and company, we knew that this was going to be a low-scoring game.
Yeah, dogfight. Like Pam Moore said, it was going to be a low-scoring game, a dogfight, very physical. You're going to see a lot of missed shots. You're not going to see pretty offense being played, but
you can't change what's gotten you here to the NCAA.
How these teams play.
In terms of blitzing right there and hard hedging, you don't want to take that energy away from your team, but they have to be disciplined when they do it.
Coast to coast, no, it rolls off the rim for Blakely, first year in Arizona.
I would say for Auburn, though, this is pretty embarrassing.
Middle Tennessee State. Scott Grayson got off to a quick start, but just has one bucket
8 points.
So far, she is their leading scorer by a lot.
Yeah, I know their offense is good. This is
there you go. She goes in.
Yeah, on cue, they finally get a basket. Wow.
She's just so tough.
It took them that long to score 10 points.
Put her shoulder down and get into a body and get over that top leg of defense. She is tough to stop.
First team all SEC performer, Scott Grayson. Now out on the perimeter. Base continues to play.
Yeah, I say this game is probably like 57-53. It might be more like 47-53 or something.
Three-pointer, finally, Arizona gets the first one to fall, and Martinez has 5 liquids here in the second quarter.
Well, they needed that. I mean, Martinez only shooting 23% from 3, but hey, let that thing fly. That's what I'm saying. Stay aggressive. You only have 7-player rotation. The scoring has to come from someone.
Win or go home, so.
Just her 16th 3 of the season. Williams went down. Appears to be okay. Boy, you got to hold your breath every time now.
She's saying I'm good, but she still has a grimace on her face. Got hit really hard on that screen.
Looks like
Adia Barnes. I said Adia, but Adia Barnes may be channeling Kim over there. Yeah, where she get that made?
Draws the foul. That's a heady play.
Yeah. Honesty, Scott Grayson. She'll set you up. 2 assists a game for her, but she can also initiate her own offense and get to the cup. And then right here on the outside, this is what we want to see. We want to see Martinez knocking in shots at 6'2". Her ability to stretch the floor is something that Arizona needs.
Foul on Eddings, and that sends Martinez to the line. Coming up next here on ESPN2, the NCAA Women's Tournament First Four continues as Tennessee Martin takes on Holy Cross. So just keep it right here. You know who went to Tennessee Martin?
Pat Summitt. The late, great, iconic.
The
Look at
best.
us.
The best.
Oh, I love good trivia.
And I believe Lynn Dunn, too.
There we go.
She's quite a character. Lynn Dunn, one of the happiest people on the planet because they have the #1 pick, Indiana. General manager of the Indiana Fever. Oh, that is a terrific finish. Great attack of the basket by Jones.
Tough bucket right there with a little bit of contact. Mind getting in there, fearless opportunity.
Well, it's
I know about the Mingo
Gives
Young.
it up, Blakely
They're
got
running.
it taken away. That
Auburn
is a
and Arizona gets
spectacular
good.
defensive play by Mingo Young.
2 bags of cookies right
Wrong
there.
on,
Wayo
how you
got a
doing?
steal, and then on the other side, Mingo Young getting it.
But then she
Jump
right
ball, jump
away
ball.
is absolutely engulfed
Who has it? Who has it?
by the Wildcats. No help ball.
Arizona
They play
came out.
on.
That should be a jump ball.
What a scrum. I think 5 of the 10 players who are on the court right now are right there at half court scrapping for that possession. We love to see it. The madness of March in full effect. Everyone knows how imperative it is to control possessions, and everyone was down on the deck trying to own it.
Wayo. She got a little funky motion on that shot, doesn't she? But it works.
Hey, all that matters is that flick of the wrist at the end of it. Listen, fingertips to the floor. Big bucket.
Wayo with her first basket, and now the lead has been doubled.
Wow.
Arizona's outscored Auburn 9-2 in this quarter. It
That's
induces
it.
a
I know
timeout.
Auburn's
Well,
offensive
it's
line.
the pace of play and the
Not
ability to
good.
attack
Good.
and finish in the paint. That
This is
has Arizona.
embarrassing for them. It is. You're talking about the Arizona team. This is not the Arizona team of 3 years ago that made it to the Final Four. Or excuse me, made it to the national championship game. But yeah, Auburn, they have to figure out how to just get good looks on offense. They have to figure out how to stop turning the ball over so much. Y'all, while they're on break, I want to tell y'all the games that I will be going live for on tomorrow. So I definitely know I'm going live for Florida State and Alabama. That game comes on at 4:30. Think I'll go live, y'all, for the Louisville MTSU game. That game comes on at 12:30. And then I think I'm going to go live for the Nebraska Texas A&M game. That game comes on at 9:30. I know it's late, but yeah. Because I'm just looking at the rest of these games. You know, I mean, Stanford, Norfolk, we know Stanford's going to win that game. You know, Vanderbilt and Baylor, I think it's going to be a good game, but I really, really want to see Florida State and Bama because I think that's the best matchup tomorrow. You know, Texas, Drexel, I mean, you know, LSU, Rice, South Carolina versus Presbyterian. I mean, we know these teams are going to win, so no point in even watching those games. And then Saturday, I think I'm gonna do UConn, Jackson State, obviously USC and Texas A&M CC, and then I think I'm gonna do UNLV and Creighton. So yeah, that's just want to give y'all kind of heads up on the schedule for this weekend. So yeah, tomorrow Florida State. Who did I say? LSU. Excuse me, Louisville, MTSU. That's 12:30. Florida State, Alabama, 4:30, and then Nebraska, Texas A&M, 9:30, and then Saturday, UConn, Jackson State, that's 12. USC, Texas A&M, CC, that's 3:30, and then Creighton and UNLV, that's 6. So yeah, those are games I'm going live for y'all. Yeah. Go Blue Raiders. I'm looking forward to Saturday's lineup. Me too. Really because of Juju, but also I cannot wait to watch Curtin UNLV. I got UNLV going to a Sweet
One very famously.
I know
Stanford and
a
Harvard.
lot of people that's going
Stanford
to.
was a 1, Harvard
A
was
lot
a
of people are
16.
probably not going to
This
agree
game
with
so
that.
long. But Stanford was down
They
2
probably
starters with
underestimated UNLV. But y'all,
and
I watched UNLV play about
play for
Yeah.
Harvard.
4 or 5
Anyway,
times this year.
Yeah,
He's a
the top
legit
seeds
team.
really roll.
Yeah. I mean,
Probably
it
will be
feels
ranked
like
higher if
there's
they
more
played
parity
in
than that. But then when you look
their
at the
conference.
numbers,
So,
it's crazy.
they didn't play in the Mountain West. They probably got the
You're
6 seed. So
All right, so here we go. Pam
that's
Ward,
a
Crystal
dangerous
Winter
team.
Scott joining you here in stores. So
Dangerous team.
Arizona
They can
has
score
11
the
points
lights
off
out, and
Auburn
it's so
turnovers.
efficient.
Auburn has 10 total
I really like
points.
this
It's a
team.
7-0
UNLV
run for the Cats. And
running Rebels.
foul out on the perimeter. Scott Grayson tried to attack the basket right away.
Yeah, 13 turnovers for Auburn right now, and you just can't have that, right?
Wow, I hear that
And some
Auburn
of
has
them have been
13 turnovers.
unforced, just sped up by
I mean,
Arizona. But Arizona, give them credit. They've been able to score those 11 points
that's a lot for a
often
half.
in
A lot
transition
for a
style.
half. Some teams don't even average 13 turnovers in the
Arizona
game.
defense so aggressive on Scott
The fact
Grayson.
that Auburn,
This is the shot.
I mean, honestly, Scott Grayson got a wall for you. She couldn't hit it.
Collins.
Arizona's teammates, they need to call these screens out because they're getting knocked with some solid screens. Those are brick walls. You got to talk to your teammates.
Terrific look after the
There you go,
double
Auburn.
came over.
Oh, what a great read. Draw 2, C4. Which of those 4 is the most viable? Oh, what a great dime to the weak side. Strong finish by Milton.
Milton, the true freshman, youngest player on the team, and Martinez got plunked in the back. That's a foul.
We'll take a look right here. Dribble drive, a little hezzy, drawing the defense, and now nobody else recovers. You got to help the helper. If there's rotation, you got to drop down and help on that weak side. Nice find.
First foul on Talon Collins. That last assist to Marshawn Bostic for Auburn. Winner gets Syracuse on Saturday. Quayle.
Ball screen action, just trying to get the switches.
So shoot that 3.
Auburn is
That's
presented.
traveling.
And Martinez with the high dribble, and they got her for it with the shot clock winding down.
Well, I like that 2-player action. They got to keep doing it.
Oh, they're going commercial. But yeah, y'all. Tournament time, baby. A lot of exciting games that I know all of us are looking forward to. And yeah. Just cannot wait to see how it unfolds. If Auburn loses this game, y'all, I already know one pick I'm gonna get I'm gonna get wrong more than likely because I picked Auburn to win this game. And then when I did my bracket, I picked Auburn to upset Syracuse. But if Auburn doesn't win this game, hey, that's one pick I got wrong on my bracket. But who knows? Arizona though, they might be able to upset Syracuse. I might need y'all to wake up so I can stay awake. Yeah, I knew it was gonna be this kind of game. I knew it. I knew it. Let's just let's just be honest with ourselves. I mean, this is not the most entertaining game, but as I said on last night with Vanderbilt and Columbia, I'm a defensive guy, so I like seeing teams that can play defense because there's not too many teams nowadays that play really good defense. So I actually enjoy seeing a good defensive battle. Now it's not going to be, it's not going to be appealing for most people because a lot of people want to see, high scoring games, or they just want to see players that can really shoot threes and, really make a lot of shots. But, neither of these teams, have like their true star / superstar player. So they'll just have to lean on what they do well. And as y'all know, defense is easier than offense. Because defense, most of defense just comes down to effort and want to. Offense, you got to be like really skilled, right? You got to be able to make shots. You got to be able to dribble the ball. Defense, yes, it helps if you're super athletic, right? It helps if you have long arms. It helps if you're tall, but you also gotta just want to lock you up your man, right? Just really what it comes down to. Defense is more effort. Offense is more skill. So that's why y'all see like some of these, team like Auburn. I would say it's like kind of a middle team, right? Just like kind of like an average or maybe slightly above average team. They play defense really well. Can they score? No. They can really play defense. Why? Because Coach Harris, she gets those young ladies to buy in on that end. So, and they play with great effort defensively. Same thing with Arizona. Same thing with Ole Miss. So, and if y'all notice, a lot of times, y'all, these lower level schools like Gonzaga or UNLV, they have a lot of scores. So, and that's why I like Gonzaga. And both of those teams play defense too. It's just kind of crazy how they have best of both worlds. But yeah. All right, y'all, it's back.
Difference maker in terms of possession, the Cookie Monster.
3 cookies already.
3 cookies, man. And that's my limit. I don't
only 15 minutes in. Oh no,
more than 3.
That's just the appetizer. So Scott Grayson, the leading scorer, trying to get things going, and there's another foul, and I might be on Martinez.
12 points for 4 minutes and 41 seconds.
Both of those things are true. That's not good. Martinez,
12
leading
points.
scorer and rebounder now with a couple of fouls. And we talked about Arizona's short bench, and they are missing their. They have a leading scorer in Kaylin Gilbert, who is no longer with the team, dismissed from the team. Was leading them in scoring at 15 points per game, but Arizona has they've kind of, I don't know if the chemistry is better, but certainly they have galvanized around each other and they have flourished.
Well, that was the only choice. It wasn't a multiple choice situation. It's like, what are we going to do? That was just A. That was the only answer, is to come together and galvanize and play with and for one another.
And they have certainly done that getting into the tournament, even though they were just 2 games over 500. They played a brutal schedule. Auburn still has not hit a 3-point shot. Not only are you in the Pac-12, which is the best conference in the country this
Y'all
year,
just led the way saying what
she
said Auburn says not hitting 3-point shot.
They lost 2 starters, 3 overall, including their leading scorer in Kaylin Gilbert. That 45 points per game. They have 8 players, one of whom, Brooklyn Rhodes, is a walk-on. And they're in the big dance.
Absolutely, and that's a testament to Adia Barnes and her philosophy. You're not going to wallow in, oh my gosh, woe is me, and play the little violin with your thumb and forefinger. You're not going to do that. You're going to get out and compete.
All right, y'all, but Auburn cut this lead down to 4.
6-0 Auburn run. Bay can't break it.
So Auburn can kind of push it a little bit right here in transition.
Just didn't drop down.
Now,
that was a bad pass.
Because Jada Williams got in the pass.
That was a horrible pass.
It
was a late pass. Like her teammate was already open on that pick and roll, but she waited. And then allowed Jada Williams to come through and intercept that ball. Which she has. I feel like Jada Williams got like 3 or 4 steals already. In the first half, I feel like she already has 3 or 4 steals.
Get herself back to the free throw line.
She's just so smart, 85% from the line, and just as rugged as they come when it comes to competitive maturity. The freshman brings it all.
Hey, y'all remember when Eric McDonald was playing here at Arizona?
Who has 6 points to lead the way. Only 4 Tigers have scored in this game. And
she did that her back
at the line, where she is 2 for 2. For the 4th straight year, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information and updated schedules, go to ncaa.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships, culminating in Cleveland on Sunday, April 7th.
Oh, yeah, I forgot this in Cleveland this year.
I played in the Final Four. Cheryl Miller called
Cleveland,
our
this is for
regional
you.
championship game at Texas. We
Yeah, I
had
forgot
8
that
players.
that's church.
I fangirled or got hit with the ball in the layup line because I was fixated. Oh my God, Cheryl
Great city,
Miller's
though.
calling the game. It's awesome.
Yeah, she was tremendous. There's a good play underneath. Cunningham back in the game with 2 fouls. Oh my, she just picked up her 3rd.
Critical.
Third.
You know, going
Yeah,
for
she
a
gotta
block
sit
at
down.
that point,
She gotta
right,
sit
Christy,
down.
playing with 2 fouls with a short bench, you got to be much more judicious.
Absolutely. You have to just wall up. Keep
Yeah,
your
because
feet
that's
on the
right.
ground.
Arizona only had 7 players,
Just trust
7 active players.
your ability to gain position, but you can't get off the floor and try to go for that.
And explaining how she didn't think it was a foul. Adia Barnes explaining to
That's
Katie
crazy. I only had
Welch,
7 active players.
the
Yeah.
official, that she didn't think it was a foul.
It's just frustrating.
7 active players.
Because it takes some of the juju off of what you can do in the second half now, right? I mean, offensively speaking as well.
Yeah, she's so important. Cunningham, the 6'4" freshman forward, honorable mention, all freshman, averaging 8 points, leading this team in blocks, 5th in the entire Pac-12, and that's too much body from Bostic.
Yeah, 58 blocks.
President Brown
on the
plays with
season
his
for
game now.
Cunningham,
She
so
actually did
understand that
this
you wanna go
offseason.
for
She
that
got
because
traded
that's
to
what
the
you
Sparks
do.
for Jordan Candle.
But when you already have those 2 fouls, you gotta put those hands up and grit your
Yeah,
teeth
now
and
Aries,
just say, oh, I
she's
can't go for
headed
this
back
one.
to the,
And
she
get those 2
headed back
hands
to the
up.
West Coast. She was in Arizona.
So we will see her
Now she's
in
going to
the
be in
3rd quarter.
California and Jordan Canada,
Bostic picked up her
who
2nd
is
foul.
from Cali. And playing for the Sparks now.
It's
She
a full
is
screen action.
going to be playing for my Atlanta
Williams
Dream.
just
So
takes it all the way to the basket
hopefully
again.
she can keep up her
It's a great
defensive
read, but
skills
she's staying
and
down.
her playmaking ability for my
She's
Dream.
hit the deck a couple of
Get
times.
that ball to
in this
Ryan
game
Howard
so
and
far
Cheyenne Parker a
tonight.
lot, and Alicia Gray.
But what Auburn has
Yeah,
been able
in
to
the Charles,
do
that's right. I forgot my
defensively,
Dream. We
they're
got
gonna
Tina
run
Charles
on
now too. So.
post player and switch. And that is what Arizona has been able to attack well.
The greatest players of all time,
Two-player game.
Tina Charles. That's New York right there. It's New York right there, y'all. Tina Charles.
Been called for the foul.
UConn
She has
Huskies
missed the
legend.
last several games out with
Yeah,
an injury.
so-
there she is from Lagos, Nigeria.
There was a little extra kick
It's
there
an
at the
elementary school
end.
game. Yeah, it's
I thought that just a little extra, and I think that's what kept
it's
Williams
kind of
on the ground.
weird, y'all. I mean, looking at the score, Arizona has 22 points.
So now pressure after the
LSU
free
averages
throws
about
for
20. Now they got
Williams.
23.
Gets the lead
But
back up
LSU
to
averages about
6.
23 points a quarter. I mean, LSU
Arizona has
scores nearly
led
90
to
points a
it.
game. So
Shaw
this is what
with
LSU
a
puts up
day
in
late.
one quarter.
And now a foul
This is what
on the
they
rebound
put up in one
attempt.
quarter. Just shows y'all like I've mentioned, UNLV and Gonzaga, both of those teams average about 81 points per game. So
Inside the paint on those rebounds.
they average about 20 points a
For
quarter.
Arizona.
Arizona has 23 points
In the air, like you gotta show your
in a
hands,
half.
keep
So
your body on. Dia Barnes
and Auburn has 17 points in
giving
the
some great
half.
instructions from
This
the
shows you
Second foul on
the
Bay,
style of basketball
who
these
is
two teams
in
play.
the game because of the foul trouble with Cunningham.
Tina Charles, an absolute beast. Yeah,
Back
he's
at
a
the line.
legend.
She's 6'5" sophomore center.
She still got it too. I know she's gonna be 36, but she still got. I think she got a little something left in the tank. 'Cause remember, y'all, Tina Charles didn't play all last
You see the
year.
difference
So
in the depth, between these two teams.
some full court pressure
she was able to give her body some much needed
Saw
rest.
Arizona
I'm
work.
assuming.
yesterday against the pressure that they anticipated from Auburn.
Quayle, nice change of direction, but then she's picked up by Scott Grayson, who took the ball away.
Auburn get it.
And now Scott Grayson is in pain in front of her bench.
She fell hard. See if she can shake that off. Take a look at the hustle that March Madness brings the best out of you. You see her hand kind of right behind her there, trying to catch herself with it. Right here on the ground. Oof.
That is a tough third foul on Bay. So now both Bay and Cunningham, the two bigs for Arizona have 3 fouls. And as Mary Martinez, their leading scorer and rebounder, has 2. Scott Grayson can't get the free throw. She's a New Jersey native, but went to Riverdale Baptist High School. Legendary in the DMV.
Absolutely, a private school, always at least top 3 in the country. Great names have come out of that program as well. Honesty Scott Grayson, 78% shooter from the line, but you know, she fell hard on that shooting hand. But you can compartmentalize and just get to where you need to be mentally to focus on your mechanics.
Arizona, as you see, foul trouble with 3 of their players. They only have 8 available players, one of whom is a walk-on. Brooklyn Rhodes, who played AAU with Jada Williams, and she got her to come out and join the team. They need that from Martinez. That's a long 2.
Yeah, great spacing afforded that really great look by Martinez right there at the nail extended area.
Arizona had gone 4.5 minutes without a field goal, lead it by 6. Minute and a half to go in the first half. Winner gets Syracuse tomorrow. That's way too tall.
Horrible pass, y'all.
And I like the fact that
Another
was
horrible pass by Auburn.
that pass was caught down
I have
in
no idea what she
mind mixing that up.
15 turnovers
I don't.
for Johnny
That's why I say
Harris's
hurt. To me,
team.
hurt. The motor runs hot and cold.
Coach of the year, named by the WBCA in 2018, and she was with Mississippi State. Now in her 3rd year in charge at Auburn.
Well, I love the way that she coaches. We were watching her yesterday, and she's so mild-mannered, but she tells her kids, hey, you're not shooting that shot. You're shooting the teams. Get in there and get a rebound.
And another foul call with Jones penetrating the paint. Shaw picks up her 2nd.
Yeah, I don't know what.
For Auburn.
I don't know what Jamal was doing.
Sends Skylar Jones, again, one of 3 true freshmen starting for Arizona. This is the 14th straight game that
Yeah, conspicuous by her silence, y'all.
NCAA women's basketball
Needs to wake
championship
up,
first
though.
round begins Friday. That's tomorrow. 16 games on our family of networks, including a triple header on ESPN, including.
I don't think she scored in this game. I gotta pull up the box, but I don't think Jamal Williams scored.
We're in the thick of it now.
There she goes with the ball. Look how quickly she's giving up. I don't know if it's because she's scared of this Arizona defense or what. Yeah, this is a tough shot. Look at y'all. I mean, golly. Arizona.
All the way down and in and out, but
finish it.
Williams,
Whoa.
who never stops moving, was able to go down and grab the ball. She's not happy that it was called the hell ball. She's not. But at least the possession arrow points in Arizona's favor.
Well, this is the spice that we need. Ooh,
Yeah,
there's
you
a
know.
lot of extracurricular activity and physical
Remind me
connection
of
right
one.
there. A little entanglement and
She's
Jada
0
Williams
for 4.
put
I didn't know
another
she
ring. I
took
like
4
that
shots.
kind
She's
of thing.
0
I like
4.
that call, though.
She was
Jada
anticipating.
Williams showing a little bit of passion right there, but yeah, she's 0 4.
Get her the ball.
Honestly, Scott Grayson is 3 of 10. You talking about the 2 best scorers? Excuse me, honestly, Scott Grayson, she's 2 of 10. She's 2 best scorers are 2 of 14 in a win or go home game. Yeah, that's not good. It's not good at all.
Just 5 points on 2 of 10 from the floor, averaging 17.5 points per game. In SEC games, she averaged over 20, which was 2nd best in the league.
Yeah, she is a toughie. I mean, tremendously shifty, change of direction, crazy on the offensive end, tough to guard.
Y'all, this Auburn team, they desperately need some scores. Scores and shot grades is what this team needs.
So far, Blakely 1 out of 2 from the line, and full court pressure again after the made free throw.
Just some man-to-man soft one-up pressure by
Because
Arizona.
when you just lack scores and shot grades on your team,
game and shot clock.
yeah, I mean, it's just going to make things incredibly difficult on the students.
Williams is one of those players that could kind of get in your grill a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Mingo Young.
How many turnovers does Auburn have? Like, what, 15 or 16 probably now?
Cuello got knocked down and they saw it.
That's another turnover. That was an offensive foul.
Put her hands on Cuello to try to get away, and Cuello hit the deck.
The coaches cannot be bleeding. All these turnovers.
trying to run that floppy.
Surprisingly, they're only down by 8. But I guess it's not too surprising because Arizona's not a good offensive team themselves. Jaden Williams for 3. Good. All right, y'all. Arizona 27-19. Should be up by more, but they're not a good offensive team either. Because I know they forced at least 15 to 16 turnovers on Auburn. So to only be up by 8 points and you force that many turnovers, you should be up. Really should be up by probably 18 to 25 points.
She told us it was going to be a defensive
They did it, man. They did this against South Carolina, or Iowa, or LSU.
But it is Arizona that's
going to be a blowout right now.
What's been the difference maker so far for them in the first half?
Well, like you mentioned, their defensive pressure. When you're putting 2 people on the ball and you're setting all these ball screens, what happens with Auburn is there's deflections. And so those deflections are turning into turnovers. And so that's how Arizona is able to get out in transition. But the foul trouble of Arizona with their bigs is going to be something we're going to have to keep an eye on as well.
Both of those bigs right now, 3 fouls. They were sitting out the latter portion of the second quarter. 17
the president of the Las Vegas
right
Aces.
now for Auburn. What do you need to see from them in the second half and to really try and get back in this game?
Won the WCBB championship last season.
Scott Grayson has got to calm down. She's got 5 turnovers right now, and she's not playing at the level that she needs to play at. And Mingo Young, she's another player that has been solid for Auburn, and she's not been able to get going as well. But taking care of the basketball, you just cannot give away possessions this time of year. And so just settling into your offense is going to be key for them moving forward.
We heard Christy and Pam talking about the points in the paint. Both of these teams right now with 12, and Auburn 12 of their 9 in the paint. So we'll see what happens in the second half. Meanwhile, plenty more to come as you take a look at the bracket. The winner of this game in Regional 3 in Portland gets Syracuse. That'll be Saturday, 3:30 on ESPN2. You see, this is a great bracket. Also, UConn in that, Ohio State. And at the top of the bracket,
USC.
the number 1 seed is USC. And it seems like right now it all runs through USC and Juju Watkins, the phenomenal freshman. How far can she take this team?
I think she can take them very far. Look what she did in the Pac-12 tournament. They were able to beat UCLA. They were able to beat Stanford. She has a level of maturity about her. We talk about, the game doesn't know your age. The game definitely does not know her age because this young lady knows how to play at such a high level. Her ability to not only make her teammates look great, makes her a great player, but she can score the ball from many range, from the 3, from the mid-range. She can put it on the floor. She's also a great distributor and a rebounder, scoring 27 points a game.
You talk about you don't know, the game doesn't know your age. You watch her. You don't know her age either. It's like she doesn't know. She's out there looking like a pro, and I know people are really excited to see her play. But as you take a look at that bracket that we had up earlier, there are a lot of really talented teams in that regional. Who's somebody else that you think
Tennessee,
potentially
challenge?
Well, the Connecticut, you've got to talk about Paige Becker and what she's able to do night in and night out for Connecticut. But Aaliyah Edwards has been solid for them in the paint. She's explosive to the basket. If you get her in an isolation situation, watch out because she can get to the hole. But Paige leads the attack. Her ability to not only dice through the defense offensively, but she can find her teammates. So this 1-2 punch that Connecticut has got going now is very deadly for them to continue to move forward in the tournament.
They get things started off with Jackson State. That'll be Saturday, 1 o'clock on ABC. But there is a lot happening in this Regional 3 in Portland. And we take you to some other big news from that regional and big college basketball news. And that's Virginia Tech's 3-time ACC Player of the Year, Liz Kitley, will miss the entire NCAA tournament. It was announced today on social media by the team that she suffered a torn ACL in the regular season finale. Virginia Tech opens up with Marshall in the first round. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark in Iowa, also a number 1 seed. They will play the winner of tonight's game.
I had a feeling, y'all, that this kid was going
to. Martin will tell you a little bit more about the game's biggest superstar. So far, a lot of defensive plays leading to offense. Auburn going to need a little bit more of that in the second half.
In the Studio is presented by Dove. Let's keep her confident.
Want to know how I get this glow?
I think Virginia Tech's gonna get upset by Marshall. Like I said on last night, man, Elizabeth Kelly, she's the engine that makes everything go. And Georgia A. Moore, fantastic player, but don't think it's gonna be enough. Hope Virginia Tech finds a way to win. Yeah. I mean, I think it's gonna be tough. Against a Marshall team that averages 86 points per game and that really loves to run. That's kind of what gave Virginia Tech problems against Notre Dame. Those two games, particularly that last game they played against each other in the ACC tournament, when Notre Dame, blew them out by 29 points. Notre Dame was just running, and Marshall runs. I mean, y'all think they might be second in the nation in points behind LSU. So Marshall, think about that, a Sun Belt team. Like I said earlier, y'all, a lot of times these, lower level teams, lower level schools, however you want to call them, they can really score the basketball. Florida Gulf Coast, UNLV, Marshall, Gonzaga, the teams that really score. I ain't from Virginia Tech. It's just a bad matchup for them. If they could have played, let me think, what's some other 13 seeds? If they could have played like Portland, that would have been a great matchup for them. But playing against a team in Marshall that averages 86 points per game and that loves to run, and you're missing your, defensive presence, it's just like I don't. I think so as well, but stranger things have happened. IE Cardozo scoring a 3 during the SEC semifinals with 1.1 remaining. Yeah, I mean they could win, but even if they do win, I mean I just don't see them making it far though, because then I mean they would have to be taking on Baylor more than likely, and I don't see them. Elizabeth Kelly, she is that great, and she means too much to them. So.
It's Caitlin Clark.
She's always at the tip of everybody's tongue, and it's not just because they're scoring, but Nikki, she's a phenomenal shooter. Nearly 32 points per game this season. I mean, you see the nugget there at the bottom, on pace to be the most in a season since 91, 92. How is she able to be so effective?
Man, it's the way Caitlin Clark scores,
well,
too.
It's the system
it's
that
the way she
placed
does
in.
it, y'all.
When you're looking at a team that scores 92 points a contest, they have the freedom to do so. But they play together. It's like they know where each other should be. They practice
Oh
it
yeah, sorry,
every
I
single
misspoke.
day, and
Yeah,
they
I
go out
think
and
Marshall might
execute
be.
when
I
it
forgot
comes game
Iowa
time.
score. I
And
forgot
Caitlin
Iowa
Clark
scores that many
also
points. Yeah,
is a
I
great
forgot they scored
distributor
92
of the
games. So I think it's
basketball. I love
Iowa,
how she plays so
LSU,
unselfishly.
and
I
Marshall.
love that she gets herself and her
Totally
teammates
forgot that Iowa
involved,
scores
but she
92
also
points
is
a
one of
game.
those point
I
guards that you
forgot they
see
averaged that
roaming
many points.
around
Man,
the
that's a lot of
basket,
points.
and she'll come up with rebounds. So that's why she's able to get triple doubles, because she's also a rebounding guard.
Her vision for the game is so
Ooh, yeah,
impressive. She's
that's, I
so
forgot
fun to
they
watch.
scored that much.
It's not just
Dang,
her, though. She can knock down the three, but so can her teammates. How does
my
that impact them?
gosh, yeah.
Well, it impacts them because it's hard to guard just one player. You just cannot double team and not expect Caitlin Clark to find her open teammates. And then Hannah Sulky has been
Yeah, so
phenomenal.
they
She's
are
been
third.
able
Yep.
to take some of that load off, if you will,
Yeah.
in the scoring. And
Uh,
then you look at
that's
Katie
it.
Martin,
Iowa,
another
LSU,
player
and
that
Marshall.
has stepped up, scoring 12 points a contest, but shooting 38% from the three-point line. When you look at a team that takes almost 33s a game, they're going to be hot. They're going to hit them. So you can't just say, hey, we're going to extend our defense, because you know what? They do a great job of getting downhill and getting to the rim as well.
So we're going to get to see Iowa Saturday on ABC. They will play the winner of our second game tonight between Holy Cross and UT Martin. But we've got the bracket, I believe, in Regional 2 in Albany. It is not an easy bracket. Who's some of the other teams that we think that we could potentially see challenge?
Well, we talk about LSU. We can talk about Louisville. I mean, I would love to see that matchup. We talked about, and we heard a lot about Van Lith, but LSU is the team, defending national champion and led by Angel Reese. And she is on a mission. You know, they fell short in the SEC tournament. They were a little injured, but this LSU team is still very dangerous.
Plenty to
Yeah,
be
they are. That's
excited
why I
about
got them
as March
going back
Madness
to
is
the
already
national championship
underway,
game.
but we will get to see a full day of action coming your way
They
on the
going against Kim
ESPN
Mulkey,
family of
and then the
networks
LSU Tigers,
tomorrow.
and Angel Reese is
Meanwhile,
Whitey Oregon. They
Arizona
going
with the
against her.
27-19
Lisa
lead
Morrow and
over
Haley Van
Auburn
Lith and
at the
Flajay
break.
and
We'll
Kayla
see
Williams.
you back in the
There was Rosario
studio
and
here
last year
with Dove in
poet.
the studio in just a
Which
bit.
thank God she is fine, y'all. Feeling great. I listened to Kim Mulkey's press conference earlier today. Kim Mulkey said their last year poet should be ready to go for tomorrow's game against Rice. So let's clap for that.
If you struggle with
Yeah,
CPAP,
glad to see her back.
you should check out
Glad to
Inspire.
see last tier poet back. And for LSU, just gonna give them a big boost off their bench. Wishful thinking on my part. Gives them a big boost off their bench. You know, they really their bench, y'all, is really two players. It's Poa and it's Daryl Rosario. So that's it. I mean, very, very weak bench, but the reason a lot of us like LSU as much as we do is because of their starting five. And their starting five is probably the best starting five in the country. Oh, that's wonderful news. I'm glad last tier experienced a speedy recovery. Yeah, I am as well. I remember I did a watch party for that game. They were playing Ole Miss. And it was really, really scary to see. But thanks be to God that she is fine now. If y'all are curious why I turned down the advertisers, because I do not want them to copyright this stream. That's why, and take it down, because I know they will. So that's why I do not want these commercials playing whatsoever, y'all. And sometimes, I might forget to to mute it immediately. So y'all see, I try to like talk over it, but yeah, I do not want these commercials to play whatsoever. Because trust me, YouTube will definitely copyright you and take your video down. All right, y'all. Well, for Auburn to win this game, they got to stop turning the ball over and hopefully be able to generate some kind of offense. I'm interested to see what their game plan is going to look like coming out in the second half. And for Arizona to win this game, they just need to continue to put pressure on Auburn and continue to turn them over. And really, that's it. I mean, Arizona's not like they're doing anything spectacular offensively, but they're just turning Auburn over at an extremely high clip. I mean, like I said, I think Auburn had like 15 or 16 turnovers. That is, I mean, insane. But it's insane in a bad way, right? Because there's no reason as to why the team should have that many turnovers in one half. I know coaches that get pissed off if their team has 15 turnovers in a game. Yeah, look at this, y'all. Okay, Auburn has 17 turnovers, but yet they're only down by 8, which just shows you how bad Arizona's offense has been. Right, y'all. We back.
Player, and you talked about the
wow,
steals.
17
Arizona
turnovers.
is 6th
My
best
God.
in the country in thievery, and Auburn is out rebounding.
So Auburn, y'all, they're on
Arizona
pace for
by
34
13
turnovers
in this game, including Auburn has 10 offensive rebounds, 9 of their
This
19
is just,
points
I mean,
coming on second chance points. But they're just not hitting enough shots, just 32% from the floor.
Right, a 9-1 advantage on second chance points. That'll get you a
that's
nice
the
lead,
shot.
and that's why we see it right now for Arizona. But now
For
can
a
you
team
sustain
like
it?
Auburn, that's a horrible
You
jump
have
shooting
to
team.
stay disciplined on the defensive
You want to
end
make sure
with
that
Cunningham with 3 fouls to start
all
the
the
second half.
all
Can
the
she
jump shots
stay
you
on the
take are like
floor
open,
for this entire quarter?
right?
Yeah, Cunningham, there she is. She bobbled the
They're
pass.
turnover by
Cunningham, the talented
Arizona.
freshman from Chula Vista, California, has fouled out of 9 games this year. That's a lot. She picked up 3 fouls in just 4 minutes in the first half.
And that cannot happen here in the second half. She's got to
Tournament
stay
for
on
Arizona.
the floor. But that
Yeah,
pass
Auburn
by
seeking its
Puello
first
sent her off her spot.
NCAA tournament
She's a
win since
post player. She's got
2016.
a seal right there. Give it to her. Throw it to her collarbone so she can catch it. Don't send her off her spot. Now she has to release her position. It's going to be a tough
To be honest with y'all, I don't even remember Auburn winning the game in the 2016 NCAA tournament. Being honest with you, I don't even remember that.
And another challenge by Cunningham. Wow.
Everything is just contested for Auburn.
And she did that?
I was cringing.
I think Adia Barnes
everything, y'all, everything.
threw up her mouth a little bit looking at that play, but no foul
was
called.
Well, her tempo was definitely tight on that one for sure. Snatched edges.
3.
Gosh, this is a good player. I don't know if she's going to be able to play in the WNBA because it's such a darn good league, but Martinez is a pro.
And she said she wanted to, right? You asked her that question yesterday after practice, and she said, yeah, I want to go to the league. Yeah. And Puello answered yes to that as well.
Let me tell y'all something. I think people really overlook how good the Pac-12 is.
4 for 4 from the floor.
I really do.
Auburn trying to answer Puello. There's the
Stanford, obviously, you know, USC because of Juju.
Fifth-year player, good size, at 6 feet tall.
They're back on the national scene.
All defensive this year because
you got Utah with Lisa Pilly.
Martinez draws another foul.
You got UCLA with Kiki Rice and Charisma Osborne and Lauren Betts.
Right here, rolling up 2 hands high on the block. You can push the other
a
way.
lot of good
Jada
teams,
Williams
a
gets
lot
a
of
piece
good
of the paint
teams.
for the spray out triple. Martinez nailing that one home, and that's
Colorado, even though Colorado,
so good
they've been cold as of late. Colorado, Oregon State.
Production off of plays like that.
Second foul on Taylon Collins, and Martinez at the line in the first half. How about tying her career high with 5 steals, and she just had them in the first half?
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, she was in the passing lane, staying aggressive with that outside hand, staying up the line and getting deflections. And what Arizona has done well defensively.
Don't be surprised when Arizona's win.
They don't actually switch it unless they have to on an emergency, but they are right there to recover.
Yeah, I know they having a bad
after
year.
any kind of screening action that Auburn presents.
That time, Auburn converts on the offensive rebound. Scott Grayson able to get it over to Collins, and Scott Grayson comes out with her right thumb taped.
Yeah, she's already had some tape on that left wrist, but now she's got that right thumb taped up after that hard fall at the end of the first half. But had to break a play to make a play, and that's what happened on the other side for Auburn.
Scott Grayson, their leading scorer. Puello also very calm demeanor out there on the floor.
Another three
You
off
have to have
Arizona.
that,
This leaves up
right?
to
Wide open look, had time
14
to square her
points.
feet, get her body balanced, and let it go.
And now the pressure and a 5-second call. The Arizona defense cranking up here in the third quarter.
Look at Elena. Puello right here is going to reposition herself, relocate out there to the foul line extended, and knock in that three.
Cunningham with the miss and then reached in.
I'm sorry I grabbed you on that, Pam. I thought that was going to be her fourth.
And a charge on the other end. They get Mingo Young for her second.
We'll just watch right here the drive to the rim and connecting with Martinez, who takes the charge. Bottom of her shoes coming right into your living room on that one, and that's how physical this game has been.
Rhea Cunningham kind of living on the edge. That's a deflected pass and a steal by Shaw. Terrific pass, and then the move to the other side of the basket by Collins.
Oh, what a smart decision by Collins right there in transition, and she made that within a split second. She knew she had to get to the opposite side. Nice body balance on that power-up dribble.
That's a big-time foul and a great reaction from Milton. A big-time block, pardon me, on Jada Williams' attempt.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, typed up and deleted. Oh, my, right
Tom
into
Black.
the camera. Some energy behind that one. That was just a ferocious dunk by the freshman.
A giveaway, and they'll get Puello with the foul, just the first on her.
And this game is what March Madness is all about. Both teams fighting and scrapping, trying to stay disciplined to their overall team philosophy and the game plan, but I mean, you got to average fall downs in this game. I mean, what are we counting those? Because each team, every possession, has gone to the floor for either 50-50 basketball opportunities or scrapping for a jump ball. I mean, it's been a fight for possessions in this game.
Exactly what we expected. These two teams with such similar styles.
Hey, dude.
We asked Johnny Harris, the head coach for
Yeah,
Auburn,
it's
if
funny.
Arizona reminded her of a team that she had seen or played this season, and she said, us.
Yeah.
That Arizona reminds her of her Auburn team.
Absolutely. It's like the Spider-Man meme, right? Looking right at each other with the same kind of characteristics when it especially comes to defense. Arizona right now has come up on top in terms of paying those turnovers off.
Holy, that's 3 fouls now on Martinez for Arizona. It's been their best offensive threat tonight and all season long. Milton, yep, she shot a shot before she...
Yeah, why don't you shoot that mid-range shot?
Dribble. That's the 20th turnover now on Auburn.
What was that?
She is a freshman, and she does have great instincts.
Yeah, I know she's a freshman, but
As soon as you
still.
hesitate and you're indecisive about your move,
Got to
that's
shoot
where
that
the
jump
trouble
shot. You're
starts.
wide open.
You just have to be organic with it and just make that move. Just go.
Now Bay comes
Yo,
in
Auburn has
for
23
Martinez. Bay
points,
is
man.
also playing with 3 fouls.
I said this game's gonna be like 50
Arizona.
something
Williams
for them.
left open momentarily all the way across the court, but
Yeah, Auburn don't even like they gonna get to 40 points. I mean, seriously.
Jones fouled.
Y'all, is Auburn gonna score 40 points in this
Good
game?
defensive recovery, though, by Auburn to get back and transition defense.
I mean, man.
Collins,
I don't even think they're gonna get to
third
40.
for Auburn. The Tigers have a
Seriously.
much deeper bench than Arizona, whose bench is 2 people plus a walk-on. So
Yeah, they
Jones
had
heads
man.
to
You
the
can't
free throw
you cannot
line.
even
True
tell
freshman from
that Auburn's a deeper
Chicago.
team in this game.
For the 4th straight year, every NCAA.
And then, you know,
championship
Arizona's
game
having
is
to play
on
their stars a ton of
ESPN
minutes because they only have
networks.
2
For
players that can come off the bench.
NCAA.com, your
Right? They
home
only
for
have 7
the
players in uniform. So
NCAA championships.
We love love to see
You
that.
definitely cannot tell by the way
There's
they're
also been
playing.
some discussion in the sports world about, can you name 5 women who play on the collegiate level, and can you name 5 men? And a lot of people are having trouble naming 5 players in the men's tournament.
Yeah, y'all don't shoot. I know I can name maybe like 3. Armando Baycott,
Yeah,
RJ Davis,
Charles Barkley, and
Caleb Love, Zach Easy. I guess I can name 5. Well, that's 4. Yeah, Caleb Love, RJ Davis, Zach Easy, and Armando Baycott. So I give you 4. Oh, Harrison Ingram, that's right, because he plays for North Carolina. So that's 5, but
led by 8 at the break.
yeah, it took me a while though.
Driving on Milton.
Women, I can name you 5 off the top of my Laser Ford Wiley, Juju Watkins, Hannah Hidalgo, Elizabeth Kidley, Georgia Avery.
Who is from Murray, Utah.
And I could name some others. Cameron Brink, Maddie Westball.
Arizona needs to continue to attack that area because of their low rotation numbers, just 7 players.
Zambane picks it up, throws it in, and it just rims out. Yeah, if you were just to look at the statistics, you would think certainly this game would be a lot closer.
Right.
Nakia Jackson.
Foul on
also another name you throw out.
On the
Jason Sheldon. Charisma Osborne. I mean, there's just so many. So many.
Some triples on these spray out opportunities.
All right, y'all. Arizona is up 39-23.
Opportunities for Arizona coming up.
Yeah. Y'all, I think we can say this game is over. I mean, I don't see any way Auburn is coming back from a 16-point deficit. I don't. Are they going to make it to 30? They might not. They might not. I mean, wow. This is really bad. This is really bad. For Auburn, they already knew this. Okay, you got to get, like I said earlier, Auburn has to get what, y'all? Some scores, some shot creators. That's what they need. So if they're able to get that, they'll be okay. If not, it's going to continue to be a struggle with them. I think it's pretty evident that 19 will advance far in this tournament. Yeah, and I picked Auburn to upset Syracuse, but who knows? I mean, Arizona could upset them too, because Syracuse. Obviously, we all love Daisha Fair. I mean, she's an electrifying scorer. People do not talk about her enough. As one of the best scorers in the nation, even though I mean she is, and that's not me just saying it, y'all. I mean, literally, the stats back that up. Daisha Fair is one of the best scorers in women's college basketball. But outside of her, they struggle to get, consistent scoring from everyone else, from her teammates. So We just got to kind of see how that game is going to unfold. If Arizona's just able to put up enough points and just slow her down, which I think they could. So, because that's why I picked Auburn to upset Syracuse.
Highlight reel. Elizabeth Kitley, the
You
news
look
came
at,
out today.
Arizona pretty much the same team.
It's just so unfortunate.
Y'all,
Kenny Brooks, when she went down with that
I
injury
think
right
they can
before the
upset
ACC tournament,
Syracuse as well.
he said she's everything
I
for
mean,
us.
y'all
Not
is
just
like
her
Auburn
12,
lost this game.
right?
They're not
Her
coming
20
back from the
points, not her
16
12
point break.
rebounds, but the leadership
They don't.
qualities that Elizabeth Kitley brings to the table just unmatched. So
Their offense is just too poor for them to come back. So
Milton just picks up her third foul, and yes,
like Auburn, they're a one-trick pony. They cannot come back from any deficit, any sizable deficit. Now, if they were only down by 3 points, 5 points, I'd be like, okay, yeah, they can come back. With 16 points, not coming back from that.
That's really a shame, but they still have Georgia Amore, so make sure you watch Virginia Tech.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, Virginia Tech still does have Georgia Amore.
Lowest seed since 2005.
I just don't think that's going to be enough. Going to get some Marshall team. They love to run and to really score. I don't, but hey, maybe I'll get proven wrong.
And I cannot wait to see them in action again. Another team that has struggled with injuries and short rotations, but it has not mattered for their effectiveness and efficiency in the win column.
Another Big East championship for Gino and company, and this is a first 4 game. Yes, the winner does play Syracuse next, and that will be on Saturday. And Arizona doing it with just 8 available players, which is remarkable. Getting into the tournament, had a huge win at Stanford. They had Jackson State, UConn on ABC, then Syracuse on ESPN2 plays the winner of this game, and then everything will be decided sometime Monday to see who moves on to beautiful Portland. Bostic with the steal, and it won't go.
Wow.
And then the foul on Bay. That's 4.
That's a microcosm of what has gone wrong for Auburn. They are doing the work defensively, but they are not tying a bow and paying it off on the other side. And I mean, you got to keep chopping. You're doing what you need to do on the defensive side. You're getting the steals, but you're not finishing.
Yeah, you're not going to want to take a look at the shot chart after this game if you're an Auburn player. There are a lot of paint points have gone by the wayside. So 4 fouls, pardon me, on Bay. So she is replaced by Martinez, who comes back in. She is playing with 3 fouls. How many will be left standing at the end of this game?
And that could make a difference, right? I mean, you see Auburn getting into the passing lanes, getting steals, and maybe getting to the line to get points produced.
And this is a team that in Auburn that averages 21.5 points per game off turnovers, and it's Arizona that has kind of flipped the switch in the script in this one. But Auburn's certainly not out of it. They've played 11 players already in this game. Just 7 for Arizona. At least they drew a foul that time with the miss inside.
They're going to be intentional, getting downhill, and they know that their advantage is to get Arizona's players in more foul trouble than they already are in.
Talk about foul trouble. You know what's a big deal right now? As Mary Martinez has 4 fouls.
Yeah, that's major.
And she just came in for Bay, who picked up her 4th.
I look at Adia Barnes saying, hey, listen, you can't go for those. And I can't.
I must have heard him because they're getting close to 30 now. Yeah, finally.
I should have said something soon. You can't swing.
I'm trying to hear about that.
Keep your feet to the floor, and that's so tough to tell competitors, but that's the discipline necessary here in the second half if you're Arizona.
Duhan gets them both. Martinez was in the game for 23 seconds. Coming in for Bay after she picked up her 4th. 23 seconds later, their leading scorer picked up her 4th.
Well, it makes it tough.
Yeah, y'all, it's kind of off subject, but I cannot wait to see what Coach Tamika Reed's going to have on Saturday. Just seeing Coach Barnes, what she has.
Pick and roll or pick and slip situation.
Just maybe think about Tamika Reed. You know, she's going to bring it too.
Auburn basketball. 12-point advantage for the Cats. side shot.
Oh.
Enormous for Auburn.
Okay, Auburn's only down by 9.
Run.
Within single digits now.
That's Eddings with the big 3.
Said this game was over,
So
but
Arizona in a lot of foul trouble, and now it's an 8-0 run.
Y'all was wrong, y'all.
To their 2-3 zone because of that foul trouble, and what happens on that?
Auburn finally hit the 3.
Out to contest the 3 ball. Auburn knocks that one home.
Well, that's huge. I admit it is huge. They still have to, they still have to stop turning the ball over. But hey, only down by 9. Yes, Coach Reed's gonna be sharp as usual. Yeah, she always is. She always is. I remember a couple years ago when they were playing LSU in a tournament, and man, she had this really, really, really like nice Versace dress on, which I never seen before. I'm like, wow, a Versace dress. So it was different, y'all. It was different. Y'all remember what Kim Mulkey told Coach Reed? He told her she one of the top coaches in the country, and she is. She really is. Like I really believe, and I said it a couple of days ago on here. I really believe it. I think Tamika Reed is one of the best coaches in women's college basketball. I think if she was coaching at a Power 5 school, I think people would be like, yeah, she's one of the best. But I'm already saying, y'all, she's one of the best. Like I really think you can make a case for Tamika Reed being a top 10 coach of women's college basketball. She's just elite, man. All right, y'all, but it's back. It's back.
Arizona has had to go to their zone. They've been able to utilize great spacing to kick out for 3s, and they are really gaining on Arizona right now, and they have an advantage on the glass, which I think is
Saturday. I wish it could. I really cannot wait until Saturday. Wow, we got USC, we got UConn, we got Creighton, UNF. I'm saying tomorrow is going to be
interesting as the game wears
a
along.
game.
Particularly since
We
Arizona has so many players.
Texas A&M, Nebraska, Georgia State, Alabama, which I think is the best 8-9 matchup. And we also got Louisville and MTSU. The game I think MTSU is going upset Louisville. Louisville has been really up and down in the last 10 games.
Get the stops necessary and continue.
And, for Jeff Walls, this is probably the worst team. And it's still a good team. This is probably the worst team. But it will just not got a good team. This is probably the worst team, y'all, that he's had in a long time. He doesn't have a Hayden Van List. He doesn't have an Asia Durr in his roster.
Another bucket for Bostic.
Y'all, I'm still waiting on Jamigo Young to do something in this game. Like, seriously. Now, I'm going to check the box score, y'all. Because I still don't think she's scored.
That high ball screen action, then try to isolate Cunningham inside.
Yeah, she is not. She's 0-4. I told y'all, Jamigo Young, her motor. Runs
Jada
out of
Williams
cold.
does such a fantastic job of staying available, relocate, get out there and let that thing go up. And then she put her hands up like, yes, that was a 3. But you love that she is aggressive-minded when it comes to picking and choosing her spots to attack, whether that's off the dribble drive
Hey, yeah.
or relocating for 3s.
Y'all just
Her aggression is
y'all
going
just
to
thought
make
about
a
so when I
huge
saw
difference. Only a
Jada Williams
27% shooter from
man,
three,
y'all think she looks like Kiki
but
Rice.
she stays ready.
If y'all know who that is, Kiki Rice, guard from UCLA.
1 out of 2 in that trip for Williams.
Be honest, y'all. Y'all see the resilience that I do. If y'all know who Kiki Rice is, if you don't know, it's okay. But if you know who Kiki
There's a
Rice is,
steal play.
don't y'all do like Jada Williams like you see the resilience between them? Just them.
Arizona has hit all 4 of its threes.
I'm talking about
in this
Arizona
first
hit
quarter
another
after
three,
they just hit in this
which is
third
lead back
quarter.
up to 14.
After they
So
only hit
Arizona's
one in
actually
the
starting to get
entire
their offense.
first half. Puello nails it.
Well, it's been all about the steals for Arizona, 13 of them to be exact. And this one gets paid off by Puello from range. Those are
Arizona's
cookies
5
too.
of 10
Steals
now
are
from
cookies,
three.
but so are triples.
It's starting
Cookies,
to get
all
out
3 of them
there.
right there, right in front of that
Crazy.
bench.
Okay.
And that's a momentum swinging play. Right? They needed that.
Now
Auburn
we
was
just
trying to come
want to
back.
see Walker Tucker
Send him
against
a
the
wave
name
of
the
production on the
KG
offensive
and
side, but that
Google.
sequence is just what the doctor ordered for Arizona.
Yeah, and we're ready to see her play. We know the game is not. I mean, they should blow out Texas A&M CC. We're just ready to see her do her thing. That's what we
By
need.
Blakely. Arizona trying to hang on. And they would take on Syracuse. The winner gets Syracuse in our second game on Saturday.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah, I just think. I just looked at Jada Williams. I'm like, wow,
She's fast.
her Kiki Rice like looks similar to
Smart
one
off
another.
glass,
Like
no
same
foul.
hairstyle and
Lost her
everything. It's just
footing
kind of
once she
funny.
got down into those
They're
trees
both guards.
in front
Like
of the rim.
Courtney just
I don't know. It's just kind of
listed
funny.
at 5'8". A couple of years at Middle Tennessee, where she got some NCAA experience, and boy, getting a lot of experience now.
They're both point guards. Like it's just there's a lot of similarities between Kiki Rice and Jada Williams.
Again for Auburn, and let's see when they bring that high ball screen. It's a floppy action.
Good look off the rim, but another offensive rebound and another foul.
It's also funny because y'all know
Jones thought
Jada Williams at first she was originally supposed to go to UCLA. Then she decommitted
defensive
and
play, but instead it's her third
decided to come to Arizona.
Well, sometimes Auburn, they like to run that floppy action, getting those 2 screens right there on the
I
block.
tell you what.
And sometimes they curl that cut.
Yeah,
That
you would
time
have
they
heard
take it flat.
had Jada Williams and Kiki Rice teamed
But
over
again,
each other.
getting to the rebounds, those possessions.
Woo. It
They
would
need
have been a dangerous backcourt. Dangerous backcourt.
Duhon hits the first one. The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship first round continues tonight.
What's going on, man?
CBS, TNT, and True TV. For more information
What's wrong with you?
on their game times and networks, go to ncaa.com. Duhon gets them both. 11-point advantage inside 50 seconds to go, and another drawn foul and contact.
Y'all, at one point today with my men's bracket, I was like in the like 200,000 range, but
That
now
is Eddings.
I'm 627,944.
Athletic trainer Rosemary Regal comes out along with head coach Johnny Harris.
I was up there for a little while. Then shoot, freaking Nevada had to choke that game away.
Let's see what happened here.
He had to choke that game away. I feel like that's what really messed me up. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? But yeah, that's what really messed me up.
Contact made to her face.
But at the end of the day, all this bracket stuff,
Play,
this
there
was
shouldn't
fun.
be anything added to that. You see in my opinion, you saw Jones catching her. Lisa Mattingly is in Bristol for us. What do you see?
Yeah, I was talking with it. I was talking.
I agree with you, Pam. I believe that's just incidental contact. It looks vicious, but it's really just part of the basketball play.
Thank you, Lisa. First
yeah,
time
they checking everything.
I agree with you, Pam. It's so nice to have our rules analyst.
Love it.
About an hour or so away in Bristol.
All right, man. Yeah, I am, brother.
And it is a basketball play.
I appreciate it, man.
McKenna Eddings, if she was going to the back, but the officiating crew, Joe Vasili, Katie Lukanich, and Benny Luna, going to look at it.
Auburn made the 30 with a long road to
to get treated
the
medically.
30, yeah. It took them a long
Nothing
time.
egregious.
Long
There's no
time.
wind
Yeah.
up prior to that contact.
And to add injury to injury, Eddings was called for the foul.
Oh, well, shoot. I'm sure she does.
They're going to get together and talk it over. Joe Vasili, one of
Hey,
the
yeah.
veterans.
I know next week is Easter.
Good officiating crew here tonight.
Yeah, I'm
a physical basketball game.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna show y'all some of my Easter picks, man. So get ready for that.
Eddings heading to the back with 5 points. All of them here in the third quarter.
All right, come on, Russ.
Auburn trying to claw their way back into
Y'all
this
see
game.
Fred Williams standing right there, man, with the glasses on.
And that's while
Former
you were
head
looking
coach.
under her left eye.
Atlantic Dream.
There is no further penalty on the play.
Dream for the Dream. I love that Pierre announcer says that, y'all. For the Dream. I love it. I love what he says that. I love every time. This is the way he says, like, scream for the Dream.
That hurts like you know what.
Goodness.
But Lisa Mattingly, our rules analyst, also.
Oh, yeah. Her eye gonna, yeah, she's gonna feel it tonight.
Crazy.
Yeah.
She's gonna feel it tonight.
No malintent there, no wind up.
This one, you know, when she's trying to sleep,
So
oh, yeah, she's gonna feel that, y'all.
The ruling on the floor, but Eddings whistled for the foul, like he said, to add to that moment for her. Oof.
Free throw hit by Skylar Jones, true freshman, starting her 14th straight game.
Full court pressure once again.
I think I'll turn 30 quicker than I would score 30.
And then another foul, this time called on Arizona. They're going to get Jada Williams. That is just the first, remarkably, on her.
We can see right now what Auburn is doing, right? Whether it's in the quarter court, in the full court, they are pushing tempo. And they are
Y'all just laughing because every time I look at Jada Williams now, I'm like, legit seeing Kiki Rice.
They want to get a piece of the body. They want to make sure that you're late rotating over to contest.
Yeah, we're going to get to see. That's right. Hold on. I think UCLA is playing Saturday.
For 17
I could be wrong. Y'all, it's so many, you know, so many games. It's going to be occurring, and it's kind of hard to keep up with this schedule. Like, I think they're playing Saturday.
Rebound taken down
Where does it feel like?
Cunningham.
Yes, they do play Saturday. Well, they're playing 8:30. Okay.
Martinez and Bay
Yeah.
have 4 apiece.
We'll get to see Kiki Rice and Lauren Best and Charisma Osborne.
Martinez
Pac-12.
is on the bench at the moment.
Oh, there goes honestly Scott Grayson. With a chance to cut the lead back to single digits, y'all. But it seems like Auburn, I mean, they'll get it to single digits, and Arizona comes down, hits some three, and boom, it's back. Like, it feels like that's kind of how this game is it's starting to go, especially in this third quarter. Like, you know, a few minutes ago, Auburn, they cut the lead to 9, and then what happened?
Third foul on Blakely.
Arizona came down, hit the three, boom. Now it's back up to 12. Like, it just feels like
Eddings' eye.
just going back and forth.
Scott Grayson with the miss, and Blakely comes away with it. Shot clock is off.
I assume that Arizona is going to hopefully that shot. They should.
There's that high ball screen once again. Let's see if they slip it. Oh, she's there for the slip.
4, 3. Oh, Jada Williams for 3.
Missed the 3 wide.
No good.
An offensive
That's the
rebound.
board.
Chance for Jones. Doesn't fall, but Arizona's up 10.
March Madness in full effect. It's been a scrap fest.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Arizona up 49-39. We head to the fourth quarter. Winner of this game, we playing six-seeded Syracuse. Lord have mercy, Syracuse. I'll try to mix Arizona and Syracuse name together, but they be playing six-seeded Syracuse in the first round matchup. Surprisingly, Auburn has 39 points. And I questioned if they were going to score 40, but Yeah, I mean, these numbers, though, are atrocious. Honestly, Scott Grayson, 3 of 12. Jemima Young, 0 of 4. Again, your two best scores are combined 3 of 16 in a win or go home game. It's not good enough. Just not good enough at all. What's a first round matchup that y'all really looking forward to? That's not like a quote unquote big name school or big name schools. So let me repeat. What's the first round matchup that y'all looking forward to? That's not a big name school or not big name schools. You know, some of these matchups have two teams going against each other that you probably wouldn't say are big name schools, but still gonna be a good matchup. I know for me, it's Alabama and Florida State. 100%. Alabama and Florida State, Creighton, UNLV. Those are two games. I think y'all, you can make a case that those are going to be potentially the two best games in the first round. Florida State, Alabama, UNLV, Creighton. I also think that West Virginia and Princeton game, wow, woo, that's going to be a really good game to watch as well. I think that game is going to be back and forth, back and forth. All right, y'all. We're back for a quarter. Arizona up 49-39. Winner of this game goes on to play number 6 Syracuse.
Calendar in January in Big Ten competition, but it's their ability to score the ball. And Ohio State got that taken away from them in the Big Ten tournament by Maryland.
They will play Maine in their first game. Duke, Richmond on the other side of that bracket. Cam Ward, Christy Winter-Scott joining you from Storrs, Connecticut, where Arizona has a 10-point advantage. They have led the whole way in this, but Auburn in the last 5.5 minutes of the third quarter actually scored 16 points, but they're still down 10. Williams hung on to it.
Oh, Jada Williams with the tough and one loaded.
This is one Jada Williams that a lot of people probably haven't seen.
Okay, keep you right.
Talk about it, Pam, because when you have a freshman who is fearless,
loader, looking like Tony Parker back in the day.
To the floor. You love to see it. Martinez is saying that's my freshman right there, getting a bucket with some contact, and you love to see the intentionality and the decisiveness from young players across the board. Jada Williams, add her to the list of players.
Martinez staying loose over there on the bike. She has 4 fouls, and when we had a chance to talk to Jada Williams, Martinez, and Puello, and yeah, we talked earlier how Jada came over and just was talking, very definitively, and we said to the veterans, does she ever stop talking? They said no.
Yeah, it's crazy though that Jada Williams will keep you right. Almost ended up being on Thanksgiving.
Freshmen come in. And especially, we talked about Kaylin Gilbert leaving, all the players that they have lost for one reason or another during the season. To have a point guard like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Adia Barnes said as much as well. She said that Jada Williams is a natural leader. And when you have that as your point guard, That's invaluable.
And remember, she's a baby. She's a true freshman. Good look inside to keep it going by Zambani.
Well, that is what Auburn has done incredibly well this entire game. That's a 19-1 advantage on second chance points, but still not ahead in this game overall. So they've been doing a great job of manufacturing offense from getting to the offensive boards.
Now Pueyo's turn to draw a foul. Scott Grayson picks up her third. Honestly, not having a good shooting day. She's missed 10 of her 13 shots, only 7 points, and they need her every day to come up big.
Well, they need her for sure, and guess who knows that? Arizona.
Yes.
They know that, and they're taking away what she likes to do.
Kick save and a beauty over there by
Really got that
Barnes.
easy offensive job, but ended up being a turnover.
Ball goes over to Auburn. Adia with Savocopa, her husband and assistant coach, Bet Shelby, Anthony Turner, rounding out that staff. And her lovely children are here too.
Those babies were so cute at practice yesterday, running around. Mateo, he will soon be 9 years old in June. And then Capri is 3.5, the sweetest.
That's a foul out on the perimeter. Cunningham now has 4.
There they are.
There you go. There's he never stops moving, Mateo.
I love it. I think he gets it from his mama, because we saw him shooting around before the game, and he was just fired up, throwing nice hard bounce passes to some of the managers.
Scott Grayson works the baseline.
She's just so smart with her decision making, and she just serpentines her way to where she wants to go inside, and that's what they need. They need her to stay aggressive like that. Keep the basketball in her hands. She's not going to make a bad decision for the team.
One of the few players with NCAA experience on this Auburn team. This is their first appearance in the Big Dance since 2019. Scott Grayson got some experience when she was at Baylor. Played in 4 games, but a couple of them she only played 1 minute, so whole different day here.
You see, trying to get downhill in that area, and that gap is just closed up by Auburn inside, and this game has been incredibly physical.
Yeah.
4 seconds on the shot clock and a foul before the ball was inbounded on Duhan.
Both of these teams have signature wins. Auburn split with LSU, and Arizona split with Stanford. First time Arizona was able to beat Stanford at Stanford since 2001.
All right, they're going to get this foul straightened out. And they're going to go over and take a look. Here's Joe.
The previous play is under review.
So while they review that, we will take a break. Arizona up. The NCAA Women's Championship is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
All right, y'all. So, like I said,
That's a free pizza.
Arizona continues to do what I said they needed to do. It's turn Auburn over, and Auburn is just still not making enough shots. Even though they did, pick it up a little bit in that third quarter, they still just not scoring enough. Honestly, Scott Grayson and Jamal Migo Young have really done next to nothing in this game. Y'all was, it's kind of funny because I remember when Auburn upset LSU in the regular season. Jemima Young, she had that big steal on Angel Reese. She would try to talk all that trash. And I always say, man, you got to be able to back it up on the court, though. Right? Yeah, that was a good steal she had on Angel Reese, but we know Angel Reese now. That's the Bayou Barber. She bring it every game. And then win or go home game, y'all. Jemima Young has a grand total of 0 points on over 4 shooting. So if you're going to talk that talk, man, you better be able to walk that walk. And, for whatever reason, Jemima, I just don't think she's the same player. Now, I remember my South Carolina Gamecocks, when we would play Alabama, when she was there, I was scared of her. I was like, man, please do not let Jemima Young go off. Because she was a really good player with Alabama. She was consistent. Amazing defender. But she's not that same player anymore. So just disappointed for honestly Scott Grayson. I mean, she averages 17 points per game. She has 8 points, I think. So again, y'all, your two best players have to be playing well in a game of this magnitude. I mean, if Auburn loses this game, that's it, right? Their season's over with. There's no, okay, we'll play again in 2 or 3 days. No, this is it. And I'm just shocked that they've had bad games. Now, some of that has been because of Arizona's defense, but some of that also, y'all, has just been because really in particular, honestly, Scott Grayson, because I mean, Jemima Young, she's only attempted 4 shots, but honestly, Scott Grayson, she's attempted
Contact by the
really
white player
different
in
4
white.
shots.
That is correct. The foul stands on
It's made
Sumbage.
it really easy for Arizona to be able to guard her.
I thought that was an illegal screen for time and distance for that player. But you could still have an intentional foul after the fact on that, even if they had called the illegal screen. And it's pretty severe contact.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of severe contact in this game. And another foul drawn by Jada Williams, but the foul, thanks a lot, Lisa, for your expertise. You'll be with us throughout the tournament. Celia Sumbanye called for the personal foul. With just over 8 minutes left to go in this game, Arizona has led the entire way. And they are up by 9. The winner gets Syracuse on Saturday afternoon. Jada Williams has drawn 9 fouls.
That's incredible. I mean, that's that intentionality and the discipline that we were talking about for the freshman.
And she doesn't seem to get tired either. She's been out there the entire time.
She's just ready to compete, just on 1,000 at all times. There's never a time where her switch is turned off.
Much like her head coach, Dia Barnes, which is one thing that Jada told us attracted her to Arizona.
Absolutely. You want to be with like-minded competitors.
Another bump, another foul.
Yeah, honestly, Scott Grayson. Yeah, that's not.
And Cunningham has just fouled out of this game. It's the 10th time this year that she has fouled out of a basketball game. Cunningham, one of 3 true freshmen who start for this team, leaves with 5 points and a rebound.
That is critical at this juncture, Pam, because I mean, not only are you missing her scoring ability, but she averages just under 2 blocks a game as well. So you're missing her defensive attention to detail and deterrence in front of the rim.
So she goes out, and Martinez comes back in as Mary playing with 4 fouls.
You can see the frustration on her face. You just don't want to disappoint your team or your coaches.
Hoping she gets another shot if Arizona can hang on and play on Saturday. Puello, the captain. What a cut by Williams. That was an amazing find by Puello, who didn't seem to have a lot of room.
Puello with extreme composure on that play. Patience.
The Williams, y'all, she's been very aggressive this game.
Right to the rack.
Only averages 9 points. She has 16.
The spin, and it
yeah.
one of the most
You
awkward
little shot.
finishes you'll ever want to see.
I was like, finna say, what kind of shot is that? But it went in.
Travel,
So
not get hurt, and hit the basket.
She looked like me at the YMCA, but I would have got hurt on something like that one.
Puello, poise.
That's a tough fadeaway shot right there. A little turnaround shot.
Elena Puello, the 5th-year player out of Spain. Always draws a very tough defensive assignment, and now keeping calm, trying to hold on and get her team to Saturday.
Nice patience here by Arizona, reorganizing the offense. They're gonna let that shot clock go down a bit. Now they get their 1-4 flat. They like to bring that high post back screen. Now Williams can go to work.
That time it hits the side of the
There's a
backboard.
contested
No
shot.
drawn foul. Terrific pass to Scott Grayson.
There you
That
go,
was
Auburn.
on the money.
So this lead,
And it's now a
9-7.
7-point advantage and a timeout.
It seems like every time I say it,
With a great pass, but first this one.
we're going to commercial work.
Nice backdoor cut.
About to
Sell
win
it
a break.
high and then cut hard low. But then right here, the whirling dervish kisses that one off the window. Up high for that one. And then touchdown Auburn on this one. A great connection of dots for the Tigers.
Yeah, pardon me, that was Bostic with the great pass. Arizona up by 7. All right, while we have this time, let's go back to Kelsey Riggs in the studio.
Well, Pam, just got a little update for you because I know we have a doubleheader on ESPN2. UT Martin Holy Cross getting set for their first 4 game. That tip is going to begin over on ESPN News, and then as soon as this one concludes, we will bring it to you right here on ESPN2. But for now, we're enjoying the end of this one, Pam.
Thank you very much. Yeah, this game is dragging a little bit. Still have 6 minutes left to go. We've had a lot of foul calls. Let's take a look at tonight's Star Stories brought to you by Honda. Jada Williams and Esmeri Martinez, the freshman and the 5th-year player for Arizona.
And it doesn't matter when it comes down to it. Can you hoop? And yes is the answer by both Jada and Martinez.
Combining for 28 points. After the timeout, Cuello, Bay back in the game. She is playing with 4 fouls. Number 33 for Arizona, as is Martinez.
Screener is the one that's going to be open on these actions, and Arizona's getting some great screens, but they're missing the slips.
Bay picks up her dribble. There's 5
6,
seconds left to shoot.
5,
Jada
4,
Williams got it knocked away. Great play by Bostic. And then Williams stuck her hand in there to get it right back.
You gotta love Jada Williams. She said, okay, let me get down in here. It gets deflected. That's okay. I'm not going to hang my head. What am I going to do?
I don't think I've seen Jada Williams play with this much intensity all season long.
Defensive end.
Auburn's first turnover of the quarter after they had really struggled with hanging on to the ball in the first 3. Martinez from the baseline.
I get it though. This is a win or go home game, so you better bring it.
They have needed her production. She's been in and out of the game with foul difficulty, but she knows the assignment right now is to get buckets for her team.
Five minutes to go. Williams almost forced another turnover. In the paint, difficult shot for Shaw, who hit it over Williams. Lead is 7 with plenty of time left. There's the steal. Scott Grayson making it happen.
Now the lead is 5.
See Johnny Harris saying, get up.
Just like that, Auburn has hit 3 straight shots. The lead is 5. Cuello left open.
Just like that. He's back up the steps.
You know
what I'm saying? Y'all feel like Auburn just, I don't know, they're getting close, but then Arizona comes back. It's a big shot. And that is a big shot.
Inside move beautifully to get around.
No, we starting to see some offense in this game.
Yeah, she really has. That's an up and under.
Isn't this
right
crazy?
Post players doing that move, but guards can do it too. Get in on the action in the paint.
And then a foul out on the perimeter.
Steal and score mentality. Both teams love to do it. And as we said, who can do it the best and who can sustain it? You see Honesty Scott Grayson right there picking the pocket. And then right here, put the brakes on skates. Cuello nailing that midi in transition. And then the up and under, little bit, get a bucket. You love to see it.
Cuello with extra style points going behind her back with the dribble before she nailed the jumper.
Put her on some skates.
There she is again. Cuello!
Got it again.
salt this game away by herself right now.
Oh, my.
Both teams shooting well here in the fourth quarter. Arizona's hit 6 of 8 shots. Auburn 7 of 9 after a very slow start. That's short. Puello, rebound.
Elena Puello coming alive here just when her team needs her to do so.
Bay gets it back. Nope, it's stolen. Good job by Duhan to get in the way. And then another foul.
That was a foul? No.
But Elena Puello really showing up here in the fourth.
Oh, that step back gives her just enough time to cash that one in, and she puts the twos down like that's a deuce. They have needed all of that production from her late in this game to keep Auburn at bay, because they have been coming on the defensive end and getting into the action off the ball.
Just 3 minutes to go now for the Tigers. You could see Sumbane with the hesitation. She's only hit 3 threes all year, and that one missed everything.
Just 17%, 3 of 18.
Elena Puello had 2 points in the first half. Different story here.
Different story. She has come alive, and she has been more of an aggressor on the offensive end, but she's also had the basketball in her hands a lot more in the second half as well, being a primary decision maker.
Kicks it out. No 3 from Martinez. Here's Williams.
Great job. 7-point game.
Certainly had a good look at
There's
it.
30 seconds remaining.
Lost it out of bounds. It stays Auburn basketball. They'll have 24 seconds to shoot. Marshawn Bostic, the junior out of St. Louis, fastest player on this team. She was a high school sprinter. I think we have seen that today.
Yeah, several
Gets to the rim
times.
very quickly.
Yeah, several times over. Marshawn Bostic, junior. She sees a lot of drop coverage because of that speed, because she likes to attack with it.
Milton.
There we go.
Glass. Her arms are as long as the day is, and she just stretched out and finished that one with the smooch off the window. Tough bucket.
5-point lead. Puello gets it off.
Oh, and one.
Jones who hits it.
Man, y'all, I told you.
Take a look.
It's like Auburn.
Making plays once again.
They cut it to 5. They cut it to 7. Again, Arizona just keeps having the answer every time.
And a huge foul, because that is the 5th on Honesty Scott Grayson, the leading scorer.
Oh, y'all, Honesty Scott
for
Grayson.
Auburn,
He's
leaves
fouled
with
out.
13 points. And this could be her final collegiate game. She is using up her last year of eligibility, the grad student, first team All-SEC this year, graduated in December of 2022.
But the hug from Johnny Harris right there says it
At the
all.
glass.
It's been so important.
Auburn has to get stopped
She's now
down.
in her 3rd year.
Down here, though, y'all.
What a career for Scott Grayson, hoping her teammates can come from behind. It's only a 5-point advantage. Adia Barnes calls a timeout. Grayson has fouled out of the game, top 10 in field goals, and right around there in points in Auburn history.
And even with her being out right now, she can still impact the game as a leader with her verbiage.
Let's take a look now at tonight's Capital One rewarding performance.
And let's take a look right here. Look at this young freshman. They say the young shall lead you. It's Jada Williams coming up huge for Arizona. Martinez getting in the mix as well with the mid-range game. Insane in the mid-range. And then Puello, she has come up bueno here in the fourth quarter for Arizona. She has gotten big buckets and timely moments to keep Auburn at bay.
Puello is the only Wildcat remaining who played in that 2021 National Championship game where they were an Arie McDonald shot that almost went in.
How about that?
That close to winning a title, but Stanford won. So Puello's got the experience, a little step back.
Oh, good. Oh, but Arizona got the offensive rebound in the basket.
Jones, the freshman. Auburn attacks in and out. Rebound, Martinez.
That was a big opportunity missed there by Auburn to cut into this lead, but second chance points. Auburn had been masterful at that. But that last one by Arizona was big time.
Inside of a minute now, Jada Williams
going back to the line.
fouled again.
It's a 19-3 advantage by Auburn on second chance points, but you just need two. And it's all about when you score it. And for Arizona, they needed that bucket right there to extend this lead.
Shaw just picked up her fourth, and back to the free throw line goes Jada Williams as Scott Grayson looks on. What a career she has had. Started out at Baylor, 4 years at Auburn.
Uncharacteristic miss there by Jada Williams, but yes, honesty, Scott Grayson, you kind of feel the agony of her not being able to do anything about what is transpiring in front of her eyes.
Well, honesty, Scott Grayson, McDonald's All-American when she graduated from high school in 2018, went to Baylor and found a home at the Plains, where she is 1,600 points and in the top 10 in school history for threes made. Let's go back to Kelsey Riggs for another update. Kels.
Well, Pam, just wanted to give you that update a little bit more in depth that Holy Cross and UT Martin has tipped off. That game is going on over on ESPN News right now. Close one for the start, but as soon as this one has concluded, we will send you back over there after this.
All right, Holy Cross and UT Martin, the winner gets to play Iowa.
Yeah. Caitlin Clark Company.
Good luck getting a ticket at Iowa City.
Sold out 30 of their 32 games, home and away.
Another rebound for Martinez. Martinez and Puello, the two veterans. And Arizona's remarkable season. Just about 46 seconds away from extending to play Syracuse here on Saturday afternoon. Sydney Shaw has just fouled out.
Sydney Shaw, the sophomore, has a tremendous upside in front of her in her career. Solid season. Early
Almost like the gear is advanced.
Auburn playing 11 players today. Arizona going with their 7. But boy, Puello, we talked about that experience being with that championship team, and when her team needed her, so many teammates in foul trouble, and she took over here in the fourth.
Absolutely. I mean, you're starting 2 fifth-year players with Martinez and Puello. If you're Dia Barnes, and then you have 3 freshmen
about 10
along with them, right? You lose 35 points of production early this season. You've gone with the Magnificent 7, and they had tryouts. And you asked about that yesterday, and I thought it was a fantastic story there.
Yeah, they actually went on Twitter and had open tryouts. About 10 people made it into the process. They didn't sign any of them or put them on the team. They did add Brooklyn Rhodes, the only player we have not seen. She is a freshman who played AAU with Jada Williams. But she has not played. It has been the 7 and now the 6 because they've had a player foul out today in Cunningham. And the winner of this game will get Syracuse on Saturday after UConn packs this place and plays Jackson State. Yeah. Congrats to Jackson State. Yes. They keep winning the SWAC. Yep. They are back again, and they will play UConn on ABC Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, that'll be an awesome game and an awesome environment here in stores. Sell it out. Fans here are magnificent. Speaking of magnificent 7 for Arizona. Has just been fun to watch them grind out games and win.
Cuello gets a block, why not?
Yeah.
And this Auburn team won 20 games in the SEC. Quite a feat for them. And again, you go back, this is the 3rd year for Coach Williams. She took over a year after they won 5 games and 0 SEC games. And here they are 3 years later, 20 wins and an NCAA tournament bid.
It's just fantastic. Goes 10 wins, 16 wins, and then 20 wins this year.
All right, y'all. Well,
for Auburn, and
let's do it.
Continuing to improve, continuing
Great season
to
by
climb
Auburn,
that
like
ladder
Pam Ward just said.
SEC. And as we said earlier, they split with LSU.
Coach Harris is doing something that she has to get scores on this team.
Huge win.
Has to get scoring, has to get shooting on this team.
Cuello goes out.
Arizona, hey.
The Arizona
Count
fans
y'all
giving
out.
Standing ovation, well deserved. Elena, 16
showed up
points,
tonight, got it
6 of 10
done.
shooting.
You playing Syracuse, chance to get a
Wildcats,
big time upset.
Season continues.
Yeah, congratulations to Arizona, y'all. They're moving on.
Arizona wins it
Play
by
Syracuse
10,
Orange.
we will see them against Syracuse on Saturday.
Well, we said that both teams
Lady
mirror
Williams
one
had
another
a
with
pretty
grit
good
and
game.
toughness, and who could sustain it? It was the magnificent 7 from Arizona who could do that.
For Auburn, their offense kind of got going a little too late.
Grayson, who sees her collegiate career come to a close. Syracuse and Arizona. We'll see you Saturday afternoon on ESPN2 for that one, after UConn and Jackson State on ABC. So for Christy Winter-Scott and our entire crew, I'm Pam Ward as we say so long. How about Tennessee Martin and Holy Cross?
All right, y'all. So there you have it. The Arizona Wildcats defeated the Auburn Tigers in this first 4 matchup. Like I said, Arizona will be going on to face a Syracuse Orange. Yeah, that was an amazing game. I'm not going to lie. I really enjoyed these first 4 games. Vanderbilt and Columbia on last night, and then Arizona and Auburn on tonight. Before I get up out of here, I just want to and I said this earlier, but I just want to reiterate it. So tomorrow, y'all, I'll be going live for the MTSU Louisville game, which comes on the 12th, the Alabama and Florida State game, which comes on the 4:30, and then the Texas A&M Nebraska game, which comes on the 9:30. If any of y'all can stay awake that late. And then on Saturday, I'll be going live for the UConn Jackson State game, which comes on the 12th. The USC Texas A&M CC game, which comes on at 3:30, and then the Creighton UNLV game, which comes on at 10. So that's the schedule for this week. Hope to see y'all there. Remember, laughter is good medicine, so make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm gonna end it, man. I love y'all. God bless. Peace.